Man does the unthinkable after talking to ChatGPT. If I don't read donuts for a bit, I apologize. Drew for the sub, hype of the sub, J. Think of the 5 gifteds. Lock in. And you'll see.
Right to you.
Is he acting like he's like in an anime or something? What was that like evil villain laugh?
They're gonna kill you all! Kill you all!
Okay, no, there's, no, this has to be rage bait. This has to be rage bait. There's no way he's pointing a finger gun at the cop right now and singing. They're like, what the fuck?
Your imagination.
When police respond to
What did he get arrested for?
reports of serious threats to a local business,
Ooh.
they come face to face with a suspect whose behavior, that may have been shaped in part by ChatGPT, makes it
His behavior was shaped by ChatGPT? What do you mean? Like one of the people that gets in like a relationship with their AI and it gets like convinced to do crazy shit?
nearly impossible to tell what he believes is real and what's a complete delusion.
Yeah, I am the law.
The following is based on official police.
It is wild how many people are so chronically online that they create this distorted illusion of what like reality is. And a lot of people say that's me, right? Like it's weird because it's like we're in this constant battle of both sides being like, no, you're crazy. You think you're in this alternate reality. No, literally. Like the amount of people that are like, Joe, you're an idiot. Like you've created this weird version of reality for yourself. But in the same sense, I'm saying the same thing about you. So it's like we're both accusing each other of going, no, you're delusional. Like you live in a false reality. You've convinced yourself of these conspiracy theories. And then the other side is going, no, you've just fallen into this woke mindset that this overall arching government has inflicted on you and you're panning into the system. It's like, either way, we're locked. Like, we're all f***ed.
Records released to date. On the evening of March 7th, 2025, a father and his son walk into a police station in Westlake, Ohio, to discuss a car the son had previously reported stolen, unaware that one of them is about to be arrested for something else entirely. The man in handcuffs is 20-year-old Shion Park, and the discussion...
But he went, so him and his dad went to the police station to report a car being stolen, but then just simultaneously got arrested for like a warrant.
about the car was all a ruse created by police to have him come to the station voluntarily.
It's always always Ohio. No, it's always Wisconsin. On body cam videos, it's always Wisconsin. I know the only in Ohio meme, but if you watch a body cam video, there's like a 1 and 2, it's Wisconsin.
Security perimeter. No weapons. No.
It's so weird. It's like, and it's distorted my reality of what Wisconsin's like. As fucked as that sounds, like all the body cam videos I see are Wisconsin. So in my head, I'm going, oh, this is just like a regular day as like a Wisconsin citizen.
Lives, sprays, anti or liquid.
It's always Florida. Well, Florida is actually just crazy.
Don't sit back. You sit back with me. You're entering your death.
The urgency to bring Shion to the station stemmed from a call earlier that night, when police were summoned to the Mark's grocery store where he works. According to reports, a co-worker from the store showed police text messages from...
They think I'm Satan, bruh. Did you quit? Mark's, that is? What is Mark's? Yes, I'm going to murder them all. Oh my God. I'm going to do something very, very eyeball emoji. Very special tomorrow. Eyeball emojis. You'll see it with your 2 eyes. Eyeball emojis. Okay, so he's saying he's going to be a fucking shooter. Jesus Christ. What a loser. You know, I take things serious. Please tell me you're joking. I'm not. I'll show you the power of God. I am Lord Shiva. Okay, so he's lost his mind.
From Shion, in which he threatened to kill everyone at the store the next day, while also calling himself Lord Shiva.
You know why you're here?
Because I want to kill you all in 12 p.m. Oh, I don't know.
What's the time? Hey,
11 o'clock.
Oh, no!
It's not 11 o'clock.
Hey.
An hour left.
Hey, dumb.
listen.
Oh, it's 10:57.
You up. I did not ask you.
I don't give a who
Oh, wait, this guy's aura meter against these cops is rising.
you asked.
Hey, you're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you for the law. You have the right to you. Not affordable.
Oh, God. I hate that laugh. Even in animes, I hate that laugh.
Oh man, I am the law, you dumb. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I am the law. Jesus. Oh, Jesus can't save you, buddy.
As Shion continues acting in a completely unpredictable manner with the officers, his father calls his other son from the lobby, hoping he can help communicate with officers.
Yo, this dad looks like he is done with this shit, bro. Oh my god, does he know? Is that how his son just like regularly acts?
I live in North Homestead, so I'm not too far, but I was just wondering what happened.
What do you think of the three? Imagine he says Baka. Oh god. Oi, oi, oi. You think he goes, one of the cops is like, you're facing like 10 years for threatening to shoot up like a Kroger. Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, so he was arrested by us for making threats. Has he ever been diagnosed with anything or has seen like a specialist or no?
I think the only thing he's been diagnosed with like ADHD, to be honest.
Okay.
Oh, that's just his brother?
Oh, wonderful. Oh, wonderful is this life.
He's not gonna do anything, and he hasn't done anything like that.
Bro, you can't be saying that though. That's being like, oh yeah, he's harmless. Bro, he's actively texting people that he's gonna shoot up his workplace. Like that, like, I know it's like empty threats, right? Like people do that all the time, but it's like that you can't be texting your coworker to not show up to work and that you're gonna like fucking kill everybody at work. Like
He said a couple weird things to me too. I told him to stop, and he did.
But his brother no longer seems to be the one he's listening to. According to police reports, detectives later uncovered conversations between Shion and ChatGPT discussing his plans at Mark's, where he refers to March 8th as Judgment Day. Investigators noted that during the course of the conversations, replies from the AI chatbot seemed to empower and validate.
bro, what? ChatGPT? Wait, doesn't ChatGPT like report your ass if you say some shit like that? If you ask ChatGPT like, I'm trying to make a bomb, like it'll fucking report you. It doesn't? Bro. No, I'm pretty sure there's restrictions. Cause y'all remember okay. Y'all know the Minecraft server 2B2T, the Anarchy server. You've seen 2B2T. 2B2T had like the FBI look into their server because they had like a loophole where you could like go on the server and like ask AI questions for shit without it having restrictions or showing. And there were people that were like actively like planning like terrorism or some shit on 2B2T with like, I'm probably saying the story wrong, but it was like something like that where they were like getting a loophole around that. Like if you're just typing to ChatGPT like, hey, how do I do this? Like Judgment Day, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be like, are you okay? And then if you keep like pestering it, I feel like it would report you.
Shion's opinions.
Ooh, I like that. Woo! Woo, that makes me a little happy. Because I know what you've done for those children.
Oh, you're planning to kill me? Are you planning to drug me? Oh, that's so nice of you. That's so nice.
I'm gonna kill you all! Kill you all!
At 12. I'm never late.
You got
Yo, like if he wasn't handcuffed to a bench and he was in a movie, that would be cold. Like if he was like the Joker or some shit. I'm gonna kill you at 12, I'm never late. Ooh.
little less than an hour, about 9 minutes.
It's a little less than an hour, and you're supposed to say it's a
But
little
he's handcuffed to a metal bench.
less because that's the last time you're ever gonna breathe.
No, I think
Diagnosed sociopath explains life without empathy, guilt, or remorse.
So no, I've never wanted to kill cats. And I'm going to be specific there. Not cats. There are things I've done in my childhood, but never to cats.
Like killing other animals? What do you mean? Like other animal cruelty, but so dogs? Well, I'm assuming it just means any animal that isn't a cat. How do you get diagnosed as a sociopath? Do you just go to a psychiatrist and say that you're suspecting that you have, you know, sociopathic tendencies? Because you don't just go to a doctor and they say that. I'm assuming you have to, like, go at a younger age or maybe early adulthood when you're like suspected of it.
What is your personal definition of a sociopath? Well, to me, a sociopath is someone who has been diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder and has specific antisocial behaviors. I would say a sociopath is someone who does not have empathy, who does not have remorse, and doesn't have guilt. I personally don't think that there's...
Is that something that's genetic or developmental? Because I can't imagine a full lack of empathy. Like being unable to feel remorse or bad for somebody in a situation that's not your own. It's like a higher level of narcissism, because narcissists could still feel bad for people or feel remorse. But it's like the step up.
Guilt, because it's just a useless emotion.
And the clinical diagnosis.
Guilt is a useless emotion.
Anxiety for guilt, because it's just a useless emotion.
And the clinical diagnosis,
Yeah.
does that differ from that?
Sociopathy is not a medical term. So when people talk about it, it's usually informal. I know I use it informally. It doesn't have it is not in the DSM. You need to be diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder, which is characterized by a lack of empathy, guilt, and remorse. A lot of people claim to be sociopaths and they think, oh, I've done bad things before. Am I a sociopath? And the answer is no. Most of you still have empathy, guilt, and remorse, and what people like to call it conscience. We don't have that.
But is that a lack of emotions as a whole? Like, how do you not have empathy but still feel sadness, grief, and happiness? To me, it feels like an all or nothing thing, no? I'm not disagreeing with this. Like, I know this is like we're talking about like something that actually exists in today's world. I'm saying I'm confused personally on the idea that like you could feel like sadness or, happiness, but not feel regret, remorse, guilt.
Are you born a sociopath or do you become one?
I just asked that. That's the fucking... Dude, I love that. That was a question. I was hoping that would be answered.
I'm in the firm belief that anyone with factor 1 traits, which is the callousness, the grandiosity, the glibness, the charm, that's all born. You're born with that. And that's where the distinction comes in between sociopathy and psychopathy. So psychopathy is based on the Hare checklist, which is the work of a clinical psychologist who is Canadian. And so there's a lot of traits that can be ascribed to factor 1 versus factor 2. So factor 1 is when you don't commit like crimes out of passion. You don't react out of heat, out of anger in the moment. You react out of coldness and a long calculated strategy. And that's what I believe I have. The thing is
That's like fucking terrifying. How do you have friendships if everything's like a cold, calculated response? Like, how do you have a social life? I know it's like sociopaths have antisocial behavior, but they put on a fake social, outwardness, like an extroverted persona.
I'm not impulsive and reckless. I am when it comes to adventures. I am not when it comes to revenge and plots. I can spend a year, 2 years working on a plot to get back at somebody.
What? 2 years? 2 years getting back at somebody? Oh my God, what is this, war? Being like holding a grudge for that long? Holy shit. I don't think that's like coldness. That's like a deep-rooted like anger is how I would see that. I know it is more cold because like the level of calculatedness is like very long term. Like you're not going to have that emotion for such a long time. So it's seen as like a more neutral, just like numbness. I hate meal planning. Every time I go to the grocery store, I buy one of the same 4 things because it's what I know how to make. And I'm too scared to branch out because I don't know what I should get. I don't know what I should make. With HelloFresh, they make that process so much easier, not only by having the produce and meal kits delivered directly to your door, but also in conveniently packed meal kit prep plans that you're able to make in 30 minutes or less. All the ingredients are delivered fresh to your door with a simple, easy-to-use instruction packet on how to make the dish itself. I mean, look at the options. With endless new stuff every week, you're bound to find something that you're ready to enjoy. So check out HelloFresh and use my code JOBYFM at HelloFresh.com to get 10 free meals and free shipping. Free meals are applied as discount on the first box. New or returning subscribers only. Varies by plan. Sign up today. Use my code JOBYFM at HelloFresh.com or click the link in the description. Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. And let's get back into it.
Do not get into fistfights. I do not get aggressive. I do not do things that will cost me my freedom, my life, and my social circle.
But then what the fuck are you doing for 2 years to get back at somebody? Like plotting the death of their grandmother? Like, I don't understand. Like, what in a long-term scale is revenge in a 2-year span? Like filter, like slowly inputting like higher doses of like mercury into their water or something? Like make them do something, sabotage? No, I feel like it'd be like you're like slowly implementing like mercury into their water so eventually they die. Like, I don't understand.
How can you spot a sociopath? The funny thing is, people think sociopaths are going to be scary in person, that they're, there's a distinction between them and other people. The truth is, there really isn't. What I notice in a fellow sociopath is the eyes. The eyes are pretty soulless. If you see me get angry, you will see my eyes become soulless. But I personally had to teach myself how to blink more often because I was freaking people out. And so
what? She had to tell herself to manually blink more?
that's something that you will notice. The ability to hold eye contact for as long as possible. Usually because we don't have the same strength.
Ooh, I be darting away, dude. I can't keep eye contact that long in conversation. I'm not gonna like not look at you ever. But like, okay, say we're having a conversation. Hey, how are you doing? Yeah, so the other day I was just, I was on the street and I passed this one guy and he didn't really like look at me in the way that I thought he would. And so it's like you kind of like dab back and forth. You look away, you look at your surroundings, you look back. You look away, you look at your surroundings, you look back. When they're talking, I look directly at them as a sign of respect. But when I'm talking, I won't look into your eyes the whole time. Because when somebody's talking to you, you look at them to show that you're paying attention. That's a level of respect. Is like, if I'm talking, you look at me, because when you're looking at me, you're saying I'm obviously paying attention to what you're saying. But if I'm talking, I'm not going to stare you down. You have autism. I've never been tested. I'm fairly certain I don't have autism. I am unable to look at people in a conversation for extended periods of time. Like, I would not stare at you.
People, we're also very calm in tough situations, and we're calm when we even get like almost hit by a car, like I was the other day. My heart rate did not go up at all. So when you notice someone who is exceptionally calm, exceptionally good in stress, it's highly likely that they could be a sociopath.
Well, that's what John Kiriakou, the CIA whistleblower, was saying. He said the people they want for the CIA have sociopathic tendencies.
Do you have friends? I'm a sociopath. I'm not like a serial killer, okay? Of course I
All right, well, we started this video by saying you kill animals that aren't cats, which is very vague.
have friends. Like, do you think I'm like AI or something? I have so many friends. I've had long-term friends. I've had people who I find to be disposable. And so
yeah, but I feel like she never has a true friend. The way that she's explaining it is like a sociopath would never be able to have that deep-rooted connection with somebody. Like in the Aristotle sense of like utility friends, and then, she has friends that have purposeful, relationships with her where it's like, hey, we're coworkers. I need you to be my friend so we can help each other with this. And then she has friends that she enjoys hanging out with, but it's like, the way that she's describing herself emotionally makes it seem like she could never have like a deep understanding connection-wise with another person.
I've had people who I find to be disposable, and so I'll get rid of them when they stop having a use. But my real friend...
Okay. See, like that, that's crazy. Like, when the way that she's describing disposable friends, the average person would just say, they're my acquaintance. Like, I have people that are acquaintances where we are friends due to circumstance. But I would not be like, you're a disposable friend. When you're no longer of use to me, I would get rid of you. I feel like that's a very cold take.
Who are within the core, they get the best friendship imaginable. Like, I will do anything for these people. But
yeah, low-key, having her on your side would be awesome.
Where you'll lose me is consistency. And so whoever falls off based on that, I understand. I'd be annoyed too.
But it's not a deep-rooted friendship. She's never going to be, like, I understand she's saying, like, she'll be there for you, but it's like, if you're a sociopath, you don't have a sense of empathy, you don't have a sense of care, and you're unable to do that. When your friend goes, hey, I need help moving in, all my other friends are busy, my mom just died, and I have to move out because I can't afford rent at this place. No part of you is going to be like, okay, I need to be there for this person. You would just, maybe from a calculated sense, you're like, this is valuable to me to help this person in this scenario. But that's more of like a personal gain sense than like, I actually just want to help this person because I feel bad for them, you know?
What do you look for in a friend?
I like someone who is going to be loyal, who will not generally start fights or create a hierarchy within the friendship circle. I don't like hierarchies in those social settings. I need someone who is willing to be there for me at 2 a.m. like I'm there for them at 2 a.m.
See, but that doesn't seem like sociopathy. Like, if she's there for somebody in their times of need, she is showing a true caring for somebody outside of her own individual interests.
What percentage of the population has ASPD? I believe it's approximately 1 to 4% of the population has ASPD. And
what is ASPD? Antisocial personality disorder, chronic mental health condition characterized by long-term pattern of manipulating, exploiting, or violating the rights of others without remorse. So statistically, let's say it's 2%. 222 people in this chat show forms of sociopathic tendencies.
And I would say it's probably more than that because women are very underrepresented, and that's probably because our acts are not usually violent because we are small. We don't have the same advantages of men in that domain.
Is there an even gender split?
No, absolutely not. Men are far more likely to be sociopathic. Men are far more likely to be psychopathic. Men are far more likely to be violent, to be aggressive, and to have the physical size in order to assert that dominance, whereas women just don't have that. Best way of dealing with a sociopath. Okay, so this depends on whether you are dealing with a bad sociopath who you want to get rid of versus someone you want to keep. So if you want to get rid of a sociopath, what you have to do is become exceptionally boring. We cannot tolerate.
What? So you have somebody that like likes you and you don't like them back, and they're like a sociopath and they won't leave you alone, so you just become boring and then they'll leave.
We honestly cannot tolerate boredom. So the minute you start being less interesting to us, we'll lose. Like, we'll drop you. You could become very needy, very clingy, very dull, ugly, gain some weight. That sort of stuff will make us lose interest in you.
All right, well, I'm not going to get fat for the sole purpose of somebody losing interest in me. Like, what the fuck? If somebody, I feel like there's got to be better ways. Yeah, maybe acting boring. It's like, all right, yeah, maybe lose yourself a little bit. You just pick up drinking, gain 30 pounds.
We are so bored as a baseline. If you bore us even more, we're going to cut you real quick. Like, you'll be out of here in no time.
When you say bored as a baseline, what do you mean by that?
So I get bored basically just existing. So I don't necessarily feel boredom in the way a child would, but I feel this like sense of restlessness or agitation when I'm not actively a part of something that's going to bring me success or bring me fun. So that's when I start.
Doesn't that feel more like an ADHD, like, kind of energetic? That doesn't really feel like a sociopathy thing. That feels more just like a restlessness of constantly needing to be stimulated.
Spending wild amounts of money, going on trips I never planned earlier, just forgetting medications and deciding to stop taking them because it's inconvenient going to a pharmacy. That boredom really gets in your bones, and then you just have to do something about it. So it's already so bad. When you exacerbate it, of course we're going to get rid of you. Did you want to kill cats as a child?
Why cats? What is that like a thing? Like, people have an interest in killing cats if they're like psycho or sociopaths?
No, I don't think I've ever wanted to kill cats. I adore cats. I have 4 Persian cats. So no, I've never wanted to kill cats. And I'm going to be specific there, not cats. There are things I've done in my childhood, but never to cats.
You can't just go to the next question. Well, you can't just go to the next question and leave that on a fucking open-ended statement there. Yeah, there's things I did. Like what? What would we kill? Were we strangling dogs? What were we doing? Were we blowing up frogs? I don't understand.
Do you want to elaborate or no?
You just move into the next question. Thank fuck the interviewer. Aaron, thank you. Thank you for butting in. No.
I was a very violent child.
Oh, gosh. See, that's not elaborating in the way that... See, that's making me more curious.
I didn't carry that out past approximately 12. And let's just say in India, when I visited, we visit every December, it's a lot easier to get around the law. It's a lot easier to get around even violence towards other people, towards animals. But it's never been cats. It never will be cats. I love cats so much.
But, like, what? I like, that's just, like, okay, there's a difference there, though. Like, if you're killing, like, minnows or, like, fish, I feel like that's, like, not fucked compared to, like, okay, you drowned a dog or something like that.
What emotions do you have?
Like, the level of consciousness of the creature. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody was, like, when I was a kid, I used to kill frogs, I'd be like, nah, that's bad. But I wouldn't be, like, shocked. But if you were, like, when I was 5, I strangled a dog to death, I'd go, whoa. Have you gone to therapy? Or, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's, like, a level of, like, lasting impact depending on the animal.
And I'm a sociopath. I'm not AI. I'm not a robot. I have all the emotions. I just don't...
Wait, what was the question? Oh, what emotions do you have?
And I'm a sociopath. I'm not AI. I'm not a robot. I have all the emotions. I just don't experience empathy, guilt, or remorse. I think the strongest emotions I feel are rage, contempt. Contempt is probably the strongest feeling I have. Disgust. Like, people could do the mildest thing and it will trigger disgust. Like, most of my actions are very controlled. They're very precise and planned out. But sometimes I do have a rage attack, and I worry that one day it might go too far.
What does a rage attack look like?
So I've been told that it looks like the soul has left my body. My eyes look a lot darker. I have previously attempted to hurt someone with a knife. I've pushed people down flights of stairs. And the rage attack is kind of like just irrational. Like, you can't talk me out of it. Like, I need the time to calm down, because if anyone is getting in the way of that, they're gonna be a casualty, unfortunately.
Do you feel
Bro just used the term casualty.
joy and happiness?
Yes, I do. I do feel joy. I feel happiness. I feel happy for others if they are part of that call, because I see that as myself succeeding. I also do experience jealousy, like an entitlement to an extent. So it's kind of like this baseline of...
I don't think that's just a sign from sociopaths, though. I think it's very common in friend groups for people to feel jealous of other friends' success, when you got to realize, like, you got to prop up your boys, you know what I mean? Like, witnessing your friends succeed, you should always be happy, regardless of whether you could still... I don't think it's bad to witness your friend succeed and go, damn, I wish I had that, but that shouldn't take away from the level of happiness that you have for a friend. Does that make sense? Where it's like, say your friend wins the lottery. You could go, I wish I won the lottery. But you shouldn't be mad or, you know, upset that your friend won and not you. You could be like, damn, I wish I won. But you shouldn't be like, oh, okay, fuck you. Like, pissed off at them for their success.
And then...
Okay, not success. You know, winning the lottery isn't success. More so like luck, I guess.
anyone can do something like that I find offensive and it will trigger contempt, and then that'll mean they're out of my life. I know a child with this. What advice can you give me in terms of care? Well, firstly, no child has antisocial personality disorder. All they can have is callous, unemotional traits and conduct disorder, which I had. If you have a kid who is showing the kind of callous emotional traits that you would see in a sociopath, it's very important to take that child to the right sort of therapy early. Because even when I was 21, which is when I got diagnosed, my psychiatrist, he's a forensic psychiatrist, he mainly works with prisoners, he wasn't quick to give me my label because he thought, look, you're 21.
Wait. The most regretted college degrees.
Zach went to college. I did not. Is college a waste of time? According to the Federal Reserve, 35% of college grads regret their field of
35% of college grads regret the degree they got. Holy do you think that's college grads wishing they were in another subsection in their field or an entirely different field? I don't even know if that's off money, though. They might just hate their job.
Study. So today we are breaking down the top 5 most regretted and top 5 least regretted degrees.
I feel like most regretted are all going to be BAs. Coming from somebody with a BA. It's gonna be people with arts degrees like art humanities degrees. I think, what is a BA? Bachelors of Arts versus Bachelors of Science. You could get a BA, or a lot of degrees you can only get in BA or only BS, but there's some that you could get a BS or a BA. But least regretted, I'm probably going to think that people say like comp sci, STEM, like bio or like chem majors. I think most regretted, but it's not even off just money, dude. They might just hate their job. Education. I think teachers hate their fucking jobs more than ever. More than ever. Not because they don't get paid enough. And some people are like, teachers get paid a lot. Bro, they should get paid more, bro. They're teaching our youth. Isn't it weird how, like, some teachers make, like, fucking nothing? I'm like, bro, these are the people that are, like, training the future generation. I feel like teachers should maybe potentially be more qualified, but also get paid way more. Because you're literally training the next generation of people. So I feel like teachers just hate their jobs now because the kids suck and the fucking programs suck. It depends on the place on whether or not you're getting paid well, if you have good material supplies, and then also freedom of teaching.
Talk to people.
So education's probably bottom of the barrel. I'm going to go like number 2. God, what's number 1? We got to lock in one before we start the video. We got to lock in one guess on least regretted and most regretted. Least regretted degree. What makes money? I'm going to go like some sort of shit that's like a doctor path. Ooh, engineering. Yeah. But like generic engineering or like civil engineering. Lawyers. Bro, I would think lawyer would be in most regretted. I'm going to go lawyer. I'm going to go lawyer number 1 most regretted. Bro, lawyers hate their jobs unless they make bag. Why? Because most lawyers make fucking nothing. You pass the bar, you spend so much of your life sweating dick so you can fucking make money just to potentially make nothing. Lawyers number 1, least regretted, I'll go engineering.
Who got these degrees?
Accounting? I would say accounting maybe like number 3 on least regretted.
Do you regret your degree?
And most importantly, we're going to decide whether Zach is an idiot for going to art school.
Got it!
All right, let's jump right into it, starting with the 5th most regretted college degree / field of study.
Oh my God, no, I said that had a chance of being 1.
Education. Damn, that's a bummer.
No, I don't even think that's a bummer. I'm surprised it's that low.
That's so sad.
That is a bummer. Yeah, it's the people who take care of our kids, man.
My sister got her degree in education, actually. We should call her because she's not a teacher anymore. Do you wish you had studied something other than education?
Yes, because
Oh my God, an instant yes.
I don't really use my bachelor's.
What do you think the main thing is?
That's a lot of, you see it more and more now. So many of my friends have jobs in fields that have nothing to do with their degree. I don't know if that's just like my friend group, but a lot of my friends are in the union, but a lot of them that have degrees just work in random fields that have nothing to. How? Because a lot of the time, jobs want you to have a degree. It doesn't matter what degree it's in. Not all, like, obviously medicine, STEM shit, it does. But if you're working, like, you could reasonably get a marketing job with like a fucking accounting degree or like a finance degree. Like, you could get in a similar field, but not have the expertise in the major that you had. Do you regret your degree? No. I would have if I went for PT. Exercise science, that's what I was originally going for. And then I swapped to philosophy. Philosophy, not great for getting jobs. But usually you go for like, you go to grad school with a philosophy degree.
Is that
So a BA in philosophy is like fucking useless.
Causes people who got their degrees in education to regret it?
Red tape.
Ah, like what do you
Just-
mean?
Well, they're not doing this for the pay. They're obviously doing this for a greater purpose. You know, you're trying to do what you think is best, and you have to go through different structures of way of doing things. You know, government implementing all their blockades and the politics of it. These structures aren't necessarily created by people that teach.
Well, there's a weird middle ground between blocking what people are able to do and not, because you do need some restriction for teachers, because if you have no restriction for teachers, they could just do and teach whatever they want within like a thin guideline, which is really bad, because then you're just getting shoved the ideologies of the teacher down your throat. Otherwise, but like that doesn't really happen. A lot of people say that happens in college. I don't think it does. I think in college, it really depends on the major and the degree you're going for, but they'll share your opinion, but they're not acting like you need it. But in high school, I don't know. What? How? If you had like a really religious or non-religious teacher that wanted to like kind of just weave that into everyday teachings, like that's more the separation in church and state idea. But that's why you have restrictions like that. You don't bring religion into schools. Because if you let teachers do whatever they wanted without restrictions, they would start pushing their religious ideologies onto you, right? Or doing those sorts of things intertwined with their regular teachings. Not always, but I'm saying you can't just have them, you know, do whatever they want, because then they're going to fucking just teach them as if you're their kid.
So it's a lot of back and forth.
Good thing for that? Yes, but then there's also too many restrictions where they ban books. They don't allow you to teach certain things or talk about certain subjects. On either side of the political spectrum, it's like it becomes a game of like what's allowed and what's not allowed to talk about in a classroom. And it's like you get a long list of like this, and this is a no-go.
Come up against, I don't know.
I went to a private school, like I went to a religious school in high school. And a lot of the teachers that I talked to openly said they make less money at that school, but they would rather teach there because they got to teach what they wanted to. Because private schools have more free reign outside of the religious aspect. outside of the religious aspect of the school where you're taking theology classes. It's more like when I took world literature, my high school teacher got to pick every book we read, right? He mapped the class himself. There was no guidelines. It's just like they need to be able to learn some sort of comprehension.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Thanks for being in our video.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
That was insightful.
Yeah, for sure.
What a bummer for that to be the first one, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Let's get a little bit more
Oh
positive.
my
Number
fuck!
5, least.
Dude, there's too many fucking chords in this cuck-ass room. Lock in.
Regretted. Business/management. That.
It's because it's a broad degree. You could get so many jobs with that major, but I feel like a business management degree. Ooh, wait. Sorry, I was thinking. Business management, understandable. Most regretted, communications is on this list. On most regretted. Least regretted, I could see accounting, finance.
Makes
Interesting.
sense. So business and management includes a lot of things. Business administration, finance, marketing, accounting, human resource management, international business, basically anything that needs to be taken care
Okay, so we're just lumping all of that into 5.
of is in business.
I think people who get this degree have no delusion about what their life's going to be like. I'm coming to
I also think that anybody that gets a business degree isn't like, yeah, I really just want to crunch numbers and do people's taxes. I really want to manage and market a business company. I feel like most of the time there are people that do that, but if I had to guess, like 70% of business majors just want to make money. I do want to do that, really. You want to be an accountant, really. I'm not judging that. I'm not making fun of that. That's fine. You want to be like, when somebody's like, what's your dream job? You go, I want to save people money in taxes. That's what you want to do. But money not involved. Like, not the fact that you could potentially make really good money. It's like, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. I just can't. That's the opposite end of the spectrum for me, right? Like, I would never want to be like, dude, do you think there's anybody that's like, I want to be an auditor for the IRS? Like, that's the job. That's the dream job, is auditing. Like, that sounds so bad. I would hate that job. I mean, maybe you get some sort of pleasure in like sticking it to the rich guy that didn't pay his taxes. But it's like, oh, fuck, bro. You want to work for the IRS?
college to have a good time, and if things don't work out, hey, that's okay. If they do work out, great. You know, like, it's just
business, dude. These guys have TikToks and they walk up to restaurants and try and get in without reservations.
Let me see if my buddy Matt, I think he majored in business. Yo, Matt. You majored in business, right?
Yeah, I majored in marketing.
Hi, I'm James.
I fully think, bro, I really don't think marketing degrees are needed for the marketing space, though. And I whenever I have takes on this shit, a lot of like the YouTube commenters, if this becomes a video, Joe's such a fucking idiot. He knows nothing about marketing. I know. I'm just saying this is my personal perspective. You say I'm an idiot. That's fine. Explain why, and I'm fine with that. Right? I'm not saying you're wrong. There are times where I have horrible takes. But I don't think... I took a marketing class in college. It was daycare. It was daycare. Everything that I learned in that class was absolute horse shit. And when I was taking the class, one of the main things that people say, and I kind of agree, is why the fuck are you a professor if you're so successful in marketing? I'm sorry. I get being a professor for like chemistry or philosophy or fucking STEM shit. Why are you a professor for fucking marketing if you're a marketing guru? Wouldn't you be making racks marketing? And you're teaching me the fucking tips and tricks? Bro, I feel like I'm getting a fucking PowerPoint rundown made by ChatGPT. I remember the first fucking 3 weeks of class was about like perceived value. Oh my God. It's just basic shit everybody knows. You've seen an ad. You want to make your product seem valuable. You want to have a low production cost with a high value rate. iPhones are like the pinnacle of the marketing world. They cost pennies to make and they sell for the fucking profit margins that Ferraris do. Like, they're insane. Right? They churn shit like Ford cars, but they have the margins of Ferraris. It's like, everybody knows that. Why the fuck? It's not pennies, bro. I know, you dumbass! It's not pennies, bro. Yeah, it's... dude, I'm not actually saying they cost pennies. I'm saying they're cheap. Oh. Fucking hell, bro.
It's the number 5, like, people are most happy that they...
But that's what I'm saying, like, when I took marketing, granted, it was the first class, and I know it's going to go much more in depth after that, but, like, I fully believe experience outweighs, what word am I looking for? Oh, like requirements. Like, if you have a degree in marketing and you go to apply for a job versus a guy that has proven success in marketing and social media, who are they going to hire? Who are they going to hire? The fucking guy that's proven his success, not some dude that just got a 4-year degree for marketing. Like, that's why when you go to the, like, business in general, do the internships. Do the internships, because that's how you get in. That's how you get the experience, because the experience with the degree is always going to be an experience. But if you just have the degree, you're not going to get a fucking job at a high-tier place, because they want a guy that knows what he's doing.
Majored in it.
Really?
Yeah. Do you regret your degree? Are you happy that you got your degree?
Here, one second. Can I also just do a coffee real quick? Or pour over? Just give me 1 second to finish paying real quick.
Yeah.
You can tell this guy's got the goods.
Yeah. So doing a second transaction, right? Yeah. Perfect. Let's just do that. That's all. Okay. Thank you. I was basically like highly recommended by my parents that I need to get a business degree, but I would have got a degree in like engineering or science in some capacity because I actually like enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Like if you got a degree in like finance or accounting, I think that'd be helpful. Like I got a degree in marketing. I think that's like an absolute joke. I don't think it actually.
Oh, weird. Weird. I was just doing a rambling about how marketing degree is a fucking piece of shit. What the fuck? I think you learn valuable shit. But like, bro, all smart marketing guys that I watch speak know their shit from the jobs they've held versus the degree they had. Like, you could get a genius. Throw it in sub only! Please! Holy shit! Why are people spamming that, bro? Stop that poll, mods. I'm sorry, bro. I really want to lock in today. I'm really excited about the videos we're watching. Please stop trolling, mods. I'm genuine. I'm actually asking you. I'm not faking the rage right now. I want to lock in. I look over at my chat. Nobody's typing shit that has to do with it. Please. Please, chat. It's in sub only. Shut the fuck up. Oh my. Are we ready?
Like helps with anything, but like I'm happy I guess that I have it.
It's the 5th least regretted. Like, why do you think that is?
I would say that people are probably happy with it because it like everybody ends up going and working in business no matter what your profession is.
Well, dude.
Yeah, it's more you need the degree to get in the door versus actually the expertise. It's just the fact that you need a business degree.
Thanks for answering our questions, dude. I'll see you tonight.
Yeah, I'll see you tonight.
All right, bye. Later.
Should I not tell Lindsay?
See ya tonight. Okay, that was hilarious. He's like, I don't regret it at all. Huge waste of time.
Yeah. But he did make a good point there at the end where like everything is business.
Yeah, I think no matter what you do in your life, you'd be like, oh, well, I used that thing I learned from business school. Like, there will be something.
Yeah.
You won't feel like it was.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're not getting any value out of a marketing. I think business degrees in general have value. I think going to school for general business is weird because you should still just pick some sort of alleyway down the line. Like getting a general business degree versus some form of expertise in a specific field, like finance, accounting, marketing, international business, like that's better.
It's a total waste.
Also, we got to see a little peek of the degree in use when he solved that coffee problem.
Yeah, so doing a second transaction, right?
Let's just make 2 transactions. That's management.
Let's make 2 transactions. Yeah, your fucking business marketing degree is really going to come in handy when you're at the checkout line at Starbucks.
It's business. Now back to the sad list. The number 4 most regretted college degree / field of study is...
Bro, those are literally the 2. Oh my God. No, I thought law would be number 1. What are the other 2 or other 3? Law, I fully get people hating because the success rates. Law is also so stressful. Passing the bar exam.
Oh,
law.
Really?
Chat, it's not pre-watched. Those are the 2 most really? Those are the most obvious degrees. Art? What do you mean art? Can you just get a degree in art? I feel like it has to be more specific than that. There's no way you could just get a BA in art. You would have to have, like, art with a specification in painting or sculpture.
Law.
Really?
Really?
Interesting.
Fine arts? Yeah, but a fine arts degree is different. Like, you could get a fine arts degree in ballet, but you're not just getting art.
That is interesting. I bet it's for depressing reasons. It's easier to convince yourself that you could be a lawyer than you could be a doctor. Like, there's no part of me that...
No! I think it would be... Okay. I think it would be harder to be a lawyer than a GP, but I think being a surgeon is a hell of a lot harder. I think being a GP is a great job. Being able to walk in and do like yearly checkups, maybe a prostate exam here and there, that's a great job. You know, you just walk in, do the same shit every day. You get paid like $150K more, maybe, depending on how far you into your fucking career. And then you leave. What's a GP? General practitioner. It's basically the doctor you go to for like your yearly checkup. Does your GP do your prostate exam? I don't know. Do you have a specific doctor for that? I hope not. I feel like that'd be really creepy. You have to go to your prostate doctor. I don't have one. Don't worry. We'll schedule your appointment. You walk in. He's just like putting on the glove.
It's like, oh, I could be a doctor. But like 100% of me is like, dude, I'd be a sick lawyer. And I also
lubed up. You think there's ever been a situation where like somebody's been getting their prostate exam and like they actually just like poop on the doctor's hand? You don't shit before you go. You drink a coffee right before. Just open the floodgates.
Also think that...
Oh my God, how embarrassing that would be.
That the way lawyers are...
Pooping on the doctor's hand 1,000 times. That's very common.
Trade in art and media is pretty romantic. Like, how many movies are there about like a Matthew...
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
What's a prostate? This is going to sound really fucking stupid. Women don't have prostates, right? Okay, good. I was right. Men have prostates. It's like prostate cancer is also very common. Like, if you live to 80, you're probably going to have prostate cancer. Most of the time, like my grandfather died with prostate cancer, not of prostate cancer. He had prostate cancer for like 10 years. It does kill people, but a lot of time it's like slow growing. Prostate cancer, or your prostate isn't that like, what is your prostate? Your nuts? No. I always envisioned your prostate being the taint region of a man. What is your prostate? Damn, so do women not have to get prostate exams? The prostate is a small walnut-sized gland located in the male reproductive system, just below the bladder in front of the rectum. Oh, but women have to get the clamps. Oh, yeah. Women have to get they have to go to, get a pap smear. I'd rather get a finger shoved up my ass any day of the week. Don't remind, what's a pap smear? A pap smear is for women when they basically, like, it's literally like, imagine a car jack, but they just fucking wedge that shit open, and then they have to, like, look. Ugh! If you're a guy and you go into becoming a gynecologist, that's a bit crazy. Can we agree on that? I'm not, like, full judging it. But if you're a guy and you're like, I want to be a gynecologist, out of every career path.
Yeah.
Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did.
Giving speeches and stuff.
When this shit hits...
Damn, do you think that's going to be on the most regrettable, most regretted gynecologist? Prostate exam guy. I don't think that's a thing. I feel like a GP just does the prostate exam. Not really much needed in terms of expertise there.
Movies are there about like a Matthew...
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did.
Giving speeches and stuff.
When this shit hits the fan, some guys run and some guys stay.
When the reality is your job is to read things and not miss anything.
Why did I hire you?
Dude, it's not even read things and not miss anything. From the people I know that are in law, they basically say that passing the bar is impossible because all of the questions' answers are all seemingly right, but it's all about verbiage and wording. Like, AI had one of the hardest times passing the bar earlier on. I'm pretty sure there's versions of AI that pass the bar now, but it's like, dude, it's all verbiage. It's all fucking knowing the book in very specific terms and how that applies. That's why the lawyer that you have matters. Like, if you have a cheap lawyer, they suck. They pass, but that doesn't mean shit. They're like bottom tier lawyer versus some guy that knows what the fuck he's doing. Yeah, a Saul Goodman of the business.
Police report summarized. Traffic signal analysis, medallion bids, attendees, and results. That's why you hired me.
Let me see if Graham will pick up.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Graham, I wanted to hit you up to see
Do they know people with every degree?
if you know why you think people who pursue law end up regretting that pursuit.
Yes, I think that it attracts a certain crowd of people who enjoy academia and the study of law and don't like practicing law, which is like less academic in nature and a little bit more like practical.
Thanks, dude. That's a cool take.
Yeah, probably what you end up doing ends up maybe being boring.
I feel like it's most regretted too, because I feel like becoming a lawyer is one of those degrees that people try to achieve because they know that it makes money. Like, you have that one kid in your class that's smart, and you're like, what do you want to do when you're later or when you grow up? And he's always like, surgeon, lawyer. But it's like they don't actually love the idea of being a lawyer. They love the potentiality that it can give them in financial gain.
But this one might not be. This is the fourth most least regretted.
Most least regretted, so the happiest degree. Number 4. I feel like I'm going to go comp sci on 4.
College degree.
Field of study.
Vocational /
technical.
Does that count?
This is electricians.
Does that count? Isn't that its own? That's not college. Vocational school isn't college. What's vocational? Electricians, plumbers, fucking, carpentry.
Plumbers, automotive technology, cosmetology,
it's a trade school.
Culinary school. We're talking about the trades.
I think we've seen like the expectation versus reality.
I would have put that at number 1.
Brought up for both of these, right? Like, expected one thing, didn't expect the red tape. Expected all the academia, didn't expect the workload or whatever.
Oh, you know what you're getting into in vocational school. You just go because it's a steady job. Like, you're setting yourself up for the future being an electrician, but it's like, you got to be an electrician for the next 35 years.
This must be like the most opposite with expectation, because you're like, I assume I'm going to be...
job security, and you're going to do the same thing every day for the next 3 decades.
Plumbing. If I go to this plumbing school.
Yeah, dude, I became a plumber. Did you know I got to deal with water?
Dude, I became a plumber. You know I actually have to go in sewers and shit? Oh, my God. It's fucking terrible. I actually heard I do have a plumber. This is another I have a friend. I have a friend who's a plumber. He said that shit is not the worst smelling thing. It's like when he has to clean out like clogged grease. He said sewers don't smell that bad because it's poop. He said like rotting food and like grease is by far worse.
Yeah.
So it's worth noting that there are other factors beyond the field of study that affect whether someone considers their education worth it, like level of education. So people with master's or doctorate degrees felt their education was more worth it than people with associate degrees. Age played a factor too. People who were older more often felt that the costs were worth it.
Well, I also think it's the time that we're in where like getting a college degree 40 years ago was like a fucking cheat code. If you had a college degree in the 80s, bro, that was awesome. Now everybody has a degree. So if you're getting an associate's degree, that's like wiping your ass with a fucking dollar bill, dude. It's like you're just spending money. You're not really getting much out of it in return. Because that's a 2-year diploma.
Which makes total freaking sense. The survey said what you're probably thinking. There's
high schoolers. Some of you guys are probably going to graduate with a fucking associate's degree. Like, getting an associate's degree, it's like, if you're going post high school, a lot of people are like, why am I wasting my time on this?
May also be driven by the rising costs of higher education and the increased use of student loans, which makes costs remain more salient into adulthood.
All the old people in the survey, you like see the bars on these charts, and they're all like, I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, I had a blast. I had so much fun. It cost me $36, and then I bought a house for $15,000. Then I just sold it for $4 million. million. Another big factor is whether or not people have student loans. That makes sense.
It's just obvious. I mean, it makes sense.
And a final big factor is the type of institution. Public institutions are like UC schools, state schools, you know, Ohio State University or Florida. It's definitely the most common type of college. Then you have private, non-profit schools, which is like USC or small liberal arts schools. All the Ivy League schools are actually in this category. And then private, for-profit institutions are like
DeVry. What about Education Connection? What was that online college they used to do ads for all the time? Not Education Connection. Oh my God. Dude, I remember I would see that shit. This was like 2012. What was that school they always did online shit for? Get Connected? Well, it wasn't Education Connection. Education Connection wasn't a school, was it? Was that a school? I thought it hooked you up to a school.
Or
for free, Purdue.
University of Phoenix.
They've kind of...
ABC Mouse. You guys are not helpful at all. You're just typing Hustlers University. No, not Hustlers University. Not the fucking Andrew Tate fucking Discord group.
Come under a lot of scrutiny. They have pretty bad graduation rates. I don't want to disparage people who graduate from DeVry, but...
My interpretation is it's like the bank, which is not a perfect institution, versus the payday loan place.
Yeah.
Which is a less perfect institution. Up next, the third most regretted type of degree, life
sciences.
Interesting.
Life sciences. Oh, science that deals with life. We're talking biology,
biochemistry,
molecular.
Really? I would have guessed that those were at the top. Do you think it's because it's hard to find a job with like a bio degree?
Biology.
Ecology.
Botany.
Zoology.
Genetics.
Oh, but a zoology degree is so badass if you actually get to work at a good zoo. I've always said I think that's one of the coolest jobs. If you're able to like work at a zoo that helps endangered and injured animals, and it's not like a for-profit, like, dude, that's awesome. You gotta just take care of fucking weird animals. That like you never interact with any, like nobody would ever see like a fucking polar bear for the rest of their lives. Like you're never gonna actually see a polar bear in the wild.
All sorts of stuff like that.
I'm actually very
like working at the San Diego Zoo. Dude, that would be awesome. Working at the San Diego Zoo. Working at fucking like any weird aquarium.
Surprised that so many people.
Oh, would that be a marine biology degree or a zoology degree?
Regret going into this field. This seems like one of the fields that like you know what you're doing. I'm gonna go study plants. I'm gonna go study dolphins. I'm gonna go study the human systems.
Let me see if Mooney picks up because you know I haven't talked to this guy in forever. It's just kind of fun. I'm getting called old friends.
He's calling a guy he hasn't seen in 15 years. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's Johnny. Just wondering if you regret your biology degree.
Yo, Zach.
Mooney, I'm making a video about college degrees.
I have a horticulture degree.
I don't even know what that means.
Chat, guess what? What the fuck is horticulture? I feel like that has to do with something with like seeds or like not farming.
Horticulture is like the.
Dude, you could. You know, I don't know if you could get this anymore. You know, you used to be able to get a degree in animal husbandry. You used to be able to get a degree in like animal sex.
Study of fruits and nuts.
Oh, what? You could get a degree in the study of fruits and nuts. That is so specific. Where does that degree take you in life? Like I'm not saying that's bad, but like I'm genuinely curious, like where are you going to work at, like Planters Peanuts? Like are you going to go get where do you get a job?
Oh, horticulture. I guess the question is do you regret your degree?
Maybe I'll just speak for like agriculture. Like if you work on a farm your whole life, like you don't really need a degree unless you're doing research. You're probably doing some like grunt work that you don't need a college degree for. And like the pay isn't great. And then I would say like if you're doing like life sciences, you're either teaching or you're working in a rural area.
Yeah.
You know, can't like live in the city, you know, like.
But you're happy with your degree?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my degree. You know, a lot of people don't go into research.
Mm-hmm.
But in my case, I did. So that's why it was useful for me.
You got a PhD, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm still doing my PhD.
And you're like breeding
A
apricots?
PhD in horticulture? Yeah, what are you getting? Hey, I'm actually a doctor. In what? Fruits and nuts. You know, I could actually just eyeball that mixed nuts bag you have there, and I could tell you that that's 73% peanuts. Gives me some sort of, I guess, X-ray vision. I could smell a nut and tell you what type of nut it is.
I'm breeding hazelnuts.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's breeding hazelnuts. That's the research he's doing?
Resistant to, like, fungus or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's kind of badass, though. No, that's actually kind of sick. Wait, what? He's, like, making his own type of hazelnut that can't die to fungus? No, that's actually awesome. But you have to get, like, an actual doctorate to do that.
Can't believe I nailed that.
dude.
Yeah.
Aren't you trying to do it the natural way or something?
Yeah, we've collected these hazelnuts. I don't know how much you can say about that, but like basically we've gone throughout the
What, like he signed an NDA? This is real underground shit, you know, so let's just keep this off the record. But we actually went to Guatemala and harvested these hazelnuts from this rural area. And they're like nothing I've ever seen before. I'm talking like a weird, dude, like their diameter is insane. Like he's just so hyped about this.
world before any of these wars started happening in Russia, and like geopolitical stuff has been happening in Turkey, but
Redacted? What, so he's harvested hazelnuts from communist Russia, and now that's way before the Great Russian War that's going. What is he talking about? This is like an FBI redacted statement? Dude, he's a fucking researcher for fruits and nuts.
But we do use molecular biology.
I gotta keep shooting this video, but I'm gonna call you.
Yeah, dude. Glad to hear from you.
Thanks, bro.
Awesome. See you later.
Later.
Dude.
What a smart guy.
Yeah, dude. And also, like, these wars in Russia and then geopolitical situation in Turkey. Don't know how much I can talk about this. You know, I use molecular biology, but I'm making these, like, hazelnuts. So if you like Nutella, it's a lot deeper than it looks, dude.
That's an example of someone who got, like, a college degree who's really using it in a way that you're like, huh, I guess we do need educated people.
I guess we do need that. Because even in fruits and nuts, do you think horticulture goes to like people that are trying to make it? Because I watched a whole video the other day at like 3 a.m. about how like the fruit at your local supermarket makes it there from like fucking Argentina. Do you think those are those people? Like the doctorates of horticulture are the ones that are trying to figure out how to fucking ship bananas all the way across the country without them rotting in a specific amount of time.
Like you, to keep the world going.
Like a very needed person for society, but some shit you would never think about.
100%. I think he brought up a good point. He went into research and went into like the actual sciences of it and like the development, I guess, of new plants. But a lot of people who go into agriculture go into it to like work in a farm or something.
Yeah.
And I could see how those people are like, yeah, not what I signed up for.
Yeah.
I live in the middle of nowhere. I didn't grow up
Yeah, it's more hands-on work than anything.
doing this. Turns out I don't like farming.
How do people find these jobs? Bro, I was just about to ask that. Like, it makes sense. Like, what do you guys want to go to college for if you're not in college yet? Or if you want to go to college? Most of you are probably going to say, like, something with business, maybe something STEM related. But they're all jobs that we know about. I have never heard of horticulture as a degree. So how the fuck did he go to college and be like, yeah, this is the profession that I want to get into?
You got to wake up early, and it's hard to meet girls. Cool guy.
Yeah.
Mooney.
Mooneyham.
Shouts to Moon.
And now time for a quick dog.
No.
He wakes up. Actually makes them feel good.
All right, now for the third least regretted field of study, health.
Bro, that's so many different things. Health, so like all doctor related shit, like nutritionists or GPs.
So this includes registered nurses, doctors, physical therapists. It's like life sciences, but you touch people and take their blood.
My buddy Chris is a dentist.
I would never want to be a nurse. I respect nurses a lot. You got to work weird ass shifts. You do get a lot of time off, and you could like travel and make good money. I don't think I could ever put a catheter in anyone. I was gonna say another man. I couldn't put a catheter in myself. I don't think I could. I don't think I would. That's drawing the line. You gotta clean up people's poop. Maybe assist in I couldn't assist in surgery. I fuck up the medicine. I don't know. Wipe people's butts all day, bro. You gotta do so much shit. You watch people die. It's sad. It's always sad. It's never not sad. And it's not like adrenaline not sad. Like if you're like a paramedic, it's high energy. Sad, you see shit, but it's high energy. RN, there's some high energy moments. A lot of it's like you're just watching old people die. Like, ugh.
That's not a dentist.
Your call has been forwarded.
Oh, he blocked you.
My buddy is a anesthesiologist.
Okay.
Anesthesiology is so scary. The surgery or the fucking insurance they have for that's crazy. Anesthesiologists are the people that give you medicine or like shit before surgery. Like when you need an anesthetic. You need something that's going to numb you or make you pass out. Or they need to pump you with certain medicines while they're giving you surgery or help. Yeah, like they put you under, right? But it's very micro doses of certain things. And if they fuck up, you die. And so, I don't know if I could do that.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Why isn't anyone answering the phone? It's 3 p.m.
He's calling me back.
Oh, shit. Be cool. Be cool.
I'm curious to know, like, do you regret your college degree?
I do regret my college degree in terms of my undergraduate because I did a lot of chemistry degrees, but then when I went to medical school, ultimately 98% of what I learned was worthless, and felt like I spent 4 years of studying a subject that I just didn't really have any kind of usefulness for. I kind of wish I had studied maybe a more philosophical approach.
But you're happy to be a doctor now.
I am happy to be a doctor. I'm not upset with my financial predicament, but there's different levels in physicians too in terms of income.
Where are you at in that ladder?
I'm definitely on the upper end of physician incomes. I do pretty well.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm a pretty stable job. There's a lot of people that like you for what you do.
I think we get the gist. People don't hate you. You make a good amount of money and seems pretty chill.
It is what it is, so.
Thanks for the insight. What do we think? I mean, I thought the big reason health was going to be so high was because it's like education, but you get paid a lot of money.
Like, you mean it's...
I thought it was going to be both
morally,
things.
you feel like you're doing something good.
Yeah.
But then you get paid.
Yeah.
All right, so that's no surprise. The doctor doesn't regret being a doctor, but he does regret not majoring in poems or something.
I think it shows that getting an education doesn't always have...
Damn, that really does... That does suck, though, the thought that your doctor or surgeon could actually fucking hate their job. Not even in a neutral standpoint where it's like, okay, I'm making good money and I'm helping people. Like, I doubt every surgeon's, like, giddy to go to work. But you're meeting your fucking doctor that's supposed to be helping you, and right before he showed up, he was like... like dreading getting in his car and having to show up to help you.
To be about turning it into a career. It is cool to just better yourself for the hell of bettering yourself.
Yeah. The number 2 most regretted field of study is humanities/art.
Humanities/art. That's me.
You guys said that would be number 1. What the fuck is going to be number 1, though? Humanities/art. That's a lot.
How embarrassing. I studied film, which was in that category.
What is a humanity?
Humanities include the study of history, philosophy, and religion.
That's me! Number 2 most regrettable degree, chat. Do I regret it? No. What's my job? Twitch streamer. Did I do anything in the field of philosophy? Nope. Outside of my philosophy YouTube channel.
Modern and ancient languages and literatures, fine and performing arts, media.
Dude, it's because you don't make fucking any media. Don't they have degrees for social media now? It's not like you get a degree in social media, but it's a degree with something with social media. Dumbest degree ever if you go for that shit. Just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. What is this? Kai Cenat Streamer University? You're going to go to college so you learn how to fucking make an Instagram post? Like, just do it, right? I feel like that's bad news if you're like, I need to get a 4-year degree in fucking social media. Anyways, fine arts and performing arts, they get a like if you get a good job there, you get to travel the world and perform, which is really cool, but you don't make good money unless you're really, really at the top. And even then, your lifespan on being able to do it is so short. Like if you're a ballet dancer or you perform in plays, really depends what, but like a lot of the time you might only be able to perform for like 10 years. Modern ancient language and literature. I feel like literature ends up going into education a lot. Religion.
Media.
That's a lot of stuff.
I got a degree in philosophy and religion. I don't know anyone that gets a degree in religion and doesn't become like a priest. If you're just getting a straight theology degree.
Performing arts, media.
Like what do you do with
That's a lot of stuff.
What do you do with a straight theology degree if you're not going to be like a Catholic priest or teach religion? Teach theology at a school? Like what do you do with just a theology degree? I could understand philosophy, because philosophy you could segment into like HR in a grad program. A lot of people get dual degrees with psych and become like therapists.
Have to be lumped into one thing.
Human experience.
Oh, the human experience.
It's everything related to
the human experience. I mean, it's
a mortician. Do you have to get a degree to become a mortician?
totally understandable why so many people.
Top 10 worst years in human history.
Around for roughly 200,000 years. And honestly, most.
Let me guess a few of them. Something with the Black Plague. World War II when the bombs dropped. In human history, I was going to say in history, probably when the meteor hit the dinosaurs. Humans weren't around then. 2008. Why? The housing market crash? Y2K when the world didn't end.
That time was spent dying in pools of our own diarrhea.
2020. I don't think like COVID years are top 10 worst years in human history. Yeah, Holocaust. That's why I said World War II.
So when you think of the worst years in human history, it's basically all of them. But that would be a boring video. So let's be prisoners of the moment and allow recency bias to cloud our analysis as we rank the top 10 worst years to be alive in human history. Number 10, 1918. This year kicks off with a little...
I feel like that was a pretty fire year now. Wasn't that right before the Roaring 20s? Roaring 20s was like a great time to fucking like be a middle-class American.
Little something called the Spanish flu.
Unless you were black or a woman or a minority or a non-white man or disabled. Okay, so maybe it wasn't a great time to be alive during the 1920s.
Surprisingly, this flu wasn't
or gay. Yeah, okay.
Actually from Spain, but it was still no bueno. Exact numbers for the death toll are kind of hard to pin down.
Oh, Spanish flu.
But estimates range from 20 to 50 million human deaths globally. The Spanish flu was
50 million deaths. How many people died from COVID? 7.1 million. Wow. So Spanish flu was like 6 times that? No, 7 point something times.
Particularly deadly for 2 reasons. 1, it was a brand new strain of the flu, and 2, the conditions of the Great War made it so much easier for the disease to spread. Soldiers returning home brought the flu with them, infecting people in remote areas who had no immunity to the virus. What was extra special about the Spanish flu was that it was unusually deadly for young adults compared to other flu viruses of the time, leading to a significantly higher death toll. This disease...
Chat, if you got the Spanish flu, do you think you would eat that shit? I think I got a pretty weak immune system when it comes to, like, big illnesses. I had COVID twice, and I was fine. But that was COVID. Spanish flu, like, part of me... Okay, I would never want it, but part of me is like, would I die with the Black Plague? Yeah. Yeah. No modern medicine, right? Like, let's say you get the Spanish flu, but you're not allowed to take, like, Advil, Tylenol, nothing. Like, you're just you're ripping it. You know, like, you're lasting that shit out. It's wraps. Most of us are dying.
Was terrifying for doctors. Not just
Black Plague has to be on this. The Black Plague was so bad that people thought it was an evil that brought the end of the world, bro. That many people fucking died. There were bodies in the streets, piles of dead people. When the Black Plague was like the devil himself coming back to Earth, bro. Like a third, it was a third of Europe. I'm pretty sure it was more than a third of Europe. I think it was maybe a third of Europe as a whole, but a ton of, like, certain areas, like, almost everybody died. How many people in Europe died of the Black Plague. 50 million people, but this was in the 1300s. So 50 million people in the 1300s is way more than the 1900s. 30 to 60% of the continent's population of Europe died. Florence, for example, lost up to 60% of its population, similar to London. So like heavily populated cities lost like more than half of their people.
Just because of how quickly it spread, or how quickly their
It was a third of the world. That's what it was.
patients died, but the process of how people died from it. Heliotrope cyanosis was a symptom of the Spanish flu, where a patient's skin would slowly turn purple as their lungs filled with fluid, preventing them from getting enough oxygen into their bloodstream. The blue/purple color would start in their lips and fingers, but eventually spread across their whole body as they neared death. After the patient passed, their entire body would then quickly turn from purple to black. Truly horrific stuff. To make matters worse, 1918 was also the final year of World War I, which saw another 5 million global casualties and made most of Europe no fun. Also in this year, you had the Russian Revolution going on, which ended the House of Romanov for good with the assassination of Nicholas II and his family this year. This revolution allowed Vladimir Lenin to take power, where he established a totalitarian dictatorship that oversaw the mass killing of political dissidents. The revolution was marked by brutal civil war and famine, which killed millions more. And finally, the Treaty of Versailles was being drafted, which, while not initially terrible, put Germany in a super bad mood that had some pretty major downstream consequences. But more on that later. Number 9, 1492.
What happened in 1492? I feel like there's a gap. I feel like there's a gap in human knowledge. Like, most humans know a lot of shit that happened between 1800 and, like, today. And then you know a little bit about the 1600s and, like, Jamestown and, you know, fucking witch trial shit, blah, blah, blah. You know, you could even go back to, like, certain, like, poets or people that were alive, like musicians in, like, 1300s. 1492, Columbus. Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492. Ooh. That one slipped the brain for a minute there. Yeah.
We all know in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. But by doing
you gotta say the rhyme for me to know. You can't just show me the date.
that, Columbus also opened up a portal to hell for nearly everyone who is currently living in the Americas.
Yo, that motherfucker was a horrible person, bro. They don't teach. Yo, they deadass didn't teach. I feel like now they probably do. I remember when I was a kid, bro, they did not teach about Columbus being a horrible person. They were like, Columbus founded the Americas. That motherfucker lied to the Native Americans and said that the fucking moon was gonna, or the sun was gonna disappear, or the moon was gonna disappear. They lied. He was like, hey, the sun's gonna disappear if you don't fucking give us food. And they were like, no, it won't, because who the fuck would believe that? And he just knew knowledge about astronomy, and he said his god was more powerful than theirs. And then there was a fucking solar eclipse, and the sun disappeared. And then they fucking gave them all their food, and then died.
Every indigenous person that came in contact with the Europeans...
I thought he said the moon would be of blood. I'm pretty sure he just predicted a solar eclipse. Yeah, in 1504, there was a total lunar eclipse. During his fourth voyage, Christopher Columbus induced the inhabitants of Jamaica to continue provisioning him and his hungry men, intimidating them by predicting a total lunar eclipse. Some claim Columbus used the ephemeris of the German astronomer, but Columbus himself attributed the prediction to the Almanac of Abraham Zacuto. He got beached, blah, blah, blah. They needed food. They couldn't give it to him, and then he, like, basically just, like,
settler was
lied to them. He would also, like, you know, do some pretty fucked up shit in general.
Killed by a disease, killed in the slave trade, killed in war, or died of a broken heart. And while it certainly didn't all happen in 1 year, the introduction of European settlers to the Americas ended up killing 90% of the indigenous population.
Even if it was a peaceful interaction, Europeans brought over diseases that the Native Americans hadn't encountered yet. And then they all died. Same thing with, like, a lot of encounters with, like, Amazonian, like, tribes. Like, you just, like, go see them. You could be peaceful, and then they're all just gonna get, like, fucking smallpox and die.
Diseases like smallpox, measles, and influenza decimated communities that had no immunity to these foreign illnesses. I guess one could argue that the events of 1492 had positive effects.
It was not peaceful. I'm saying there was multiple interactions. There were instances of peaceful interactions. Many were not.
On much of humanity,
I'm not with Columbus. I'm talking about like people just arriving to the Americas.
leading to the age of exploration and the eventual globalization of trade and culture that brought us things like pizza and chocolate. However, the near extinction of an entire continent civilization does put it on our list. Number 8, 2008. This is probably the
housing market crash. I feel like we're jumping pretty heavily here. The housing market crash of 2008 was worse than smallpox
height of recency bias, but
and Vladimir Lenin.
Who cares? It sucked. 2008 was the year the entire world realized that rich people just basically make up how much money there is. And for a number of reasons too complicated to go into in this video, something called Lehman Brothers went out of business, and then the entire global economy collapsed. Stock markets around the world crashed. The American auto industry nearly went belly up, and the cost of food and gas.
And the bubble of borrowing money or having debt to buy assets is like what's happening right now with the AI bubble. I'm not trying to like make people panic, but the shit that happened right before the 2008 housing market crash where people were taking on debt to buy houses and assets is exactly what's happening right now with big businesses. So if it fails, they're fucked.
Went through the roof. It was the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression, causing millions of Americans to lose their jobs and homes. Also, if you've ever wondered, why do houses cost so much these days? Well, in the aftermath of the 2008 mortgage crisis, new home construction basically stopped for about 10 years because nobody could get a loan. And since there wasn't a 10-year hiatus on unprotected sex, we now have way too many people and way too few houses. So thanks again 2008 for still ruining all of our lives. What? China and Australia's economy actually grew during the Great Recession? What do you mean America isn't the center of the universe? Number 7, 73,000 BC.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little absurd to put the 2008 housing market crisis as one of the worst years in human history. Like, I wouldn't even say that's like top 50. Like, you could say 30s was like the Great Depression, because that was bad for the world as well.
Okay, so we're a little loosey-goosey on the exact year, but trust me, whenever it was bad. Rewind
73,000 BC. I love how we're jumping around history right now. We got Spanish flu, we have Christopher Columbus, 2008, and now 73,000 BC.
Clock 70 or so millennia, and you'll witness what's known as a super
Pompeii? When was Pompeii? Wait, is this Pompeii?
Volcano eruption.
No, Pompeii was not 73,000 BC. 73,000 BC, there wasn't fucking cities yet. When was Pompeii? That was probably like fucking 3,000 years ago. 79 CE, so 2,000 years ago.
This particular event is known as the Toba catastrophe and is probably the thing Indonesia is second most famous for after Komodo dragons. This eruption set off a 10-year volcanic winter that nearly eliminated the entire human species. The Toba eruption released so much volcanic ash into the atmosphere that it blocked sunlight, leading to a drastic drop in global temperatures. The few survivors faced harsh conditions, with scarce food and resources, struggling to maintain their communities. The entire human population left on Earth was somewhere between 3,000 and 10,000 people, or roughly the size of Brandon, South Dakota.
And we're all descendants of them. Wow. We're all related to those people. I feel like that's so cool that like every person has a common ancestor, like what, 60 people ago or something. Like there's somebody that so we're all related in some way. Yeah. But not in a sense of like incest. But then I'm pretty sure this era is when they were making like was it whale bones? No, I think it might have been like, what's that motherfucker from Ice Age? A mammoth. Mammoth bone huts. Yeah, people used to live in this. Stuff that looked like this. Ukraine. Mammoth bone structure homes. This is like when it was like really fucking cold out. They would make shit like this out of just straight animal remains because it was so insulative. And they would put like hides and other stuff on the outside because it was just cold as fuck.
You've never heard of Brandon, South Dakota? Okay, Madison Square Garden can hold around 20,000 people, so the entire population left on Earth after that eruption could fit in MSG twice. This phenomenon is known as a genetic bottleneck, and is also why we're all kind of related. Number 6, 1929. The Roaring Twenties came to an abrupt end in 1929 when the U.S. stock market crashed, setting off, stop me if you've heard this before, a global economic collapse. The Great Depression that followed was a decade-long economic
Oh no! Oh no! American steel is down. Is down. Let me go withdraw all my money from the bank. And then they had no money.
disaster that affected almost every country in the world.
Yeah, imagine pulling up to a bank going, I want to withdraw my money. And they go, we don't have it. Huh? Huh?
Mental health was
We don't have it. Huh?
at an all-time low immediately following the market crash. Self-deletion rates were so high that some hotel operators in New York City would ask guests if they needed a room for sleeping or jumping out of. That's real. In the US, 1 in 4 people became unemployed, and wages for the remaining workforce were basically cut in half. Bread lines and soup kitchens became a common sight, and many people lost their homes and savings. One farmer of the day knew he couldn't afford to feed his sheep, so he slit their throats and threw them down a canyon instead of letting them starve. It's like,
wow.
What? They don't like sheep? The events of 1929 set off a decade of economic hardship that culminated in Earth's favorite pastime, World War. Number 5, 1601. If you take one thing away from this video...
Is that the witch trials? When were the witch trials? I was just in Salem. No, that was 1692.
It should be that volcanoes are bad. So bad, in fact, that one volcano in Peru basically turned the lights off for the whole planet. The eruption of Huayna Patina in 1600 was one of the largest volcanic events in recorded history, spewing vast amounts of ash into the...
Bro, I want to see the volcano eruption that's that big that it blacks out the sun from the whole world. One volcano erupting that much.
Atmosphere. The summer of 1601 was known as the summer with no sunshine. Sunlight levels dramatically decreased everywhere in the world, causing mass famine, but nowhere more so than Russia. The lack of sunlight led to crop failures and livestock death. A third of the Russian population starving to death in the 2 years following the eruption. No sunshine also meant it was extremely cold, so to keep warm, many in the region turned to killing any animal with fur they could find, not just for food, but also to create clothing and blankets. Accounts from the time describe people so desperate for food that they ate grass, their pets, and each other. Which means all of us are just one cloudy summer away from cannibalism.
I'm not eating my dog. That's the one thing I'm saying right now. I would not eat my dog. If I was starving, bro.
Number 4, 1940.
I will. You'll eat my dog or you're going to eat your dog. Javi, I'm telling you right now, you ain't eating my dog. I'm eating you before I'm eating my dog.
42. Not much to see here, just worldwide violence and genocide resulting in millions of deaths. At the tail end of 1941, Japan made a monumental strategic error and, not so elegantly, insisted that the U.S. become heavily involved in World War
Wait, which one is this? Oh, 1942.
II. This essentially turned America into a death factory, where every able-bodied human was either making stuff that killed people or...
This is like a 45-year-old man that's just like, yo, I don't give a shit.
Say it's a little less because that's the last time you're ever gonna breathe.
No, I think that was. Oh, no, I'm still breathing. Oh, crazy.
I thank you so much. If you shake my hand, I will free you from your agony. But I know you won't shake my hand because you...
Oh, I thought he was doing a finger pistol. He was putting out his hand.
You would never shake someone's hand.
I shake plenty of people's hands.
Can you shake my hand?
I just ain't shaking yours.
Your life depends on it.
No, it doesn't. I guarantee you have no bearing on
Bro, what am I watching? I feel like he's just rage baiting this cop.
2, 1. Thank you. And I love you. I love you very much.
Good.
And you know, second chance.
Do you know what today?
Second chance. One more chance on the handshake. It's still warm. It's still warm. It's getting cold.
Do you know what's
Shut up.
Pop it back in the microwave. Oh, God.
Shut the up.
Do you know what's
Shut the up. I was not speaking to you. And you be in a world of pure imagination.
Please. Forgiveness. Please. Forgiveness. What do you have to do? What do we have to do?
What do you have to do? Or what does he have to do?
I don't think he knows what his son was typing. I think he just thinks his son got arrested for like an empty threat. I don't think the dad knows.
Fourth. Well, I told you he had to knock this off and he didn't.
According to police records, in the days leading up to the incident, officers were called to the family's home multiple times for a series of troubling reports. Among them were messages Xi'an sent to former
Complaint on station requesting welfare checked on Xi'an Park. Park sent messages to her son and other boys from their WHS class with weird stuff, pictures of him with 666 drawn on with a marker, pentagram symbols, and messages talking about taking your soul.
classmates, including images of himself with pentagrams and 666 drawn on his body, along
I mean, that's weird, but like, that's not illegal.
with statements about taking one of their souls.
Okay. Probably yeah. Okay. Now that's probably a threat.
There was also a claim that he had purchased a gun at the time.
There we go. Okay.
Officers determined
His contaminated thought seemed to revolve around politics, specifically Donald Trump, and about the world ending on March 8th. Well, it's May 15th. Park did seem to understand that the way he was communicating with others was not appropriate, but he did not pose any risk of, I'm assuming, like death or something, murder, people. Both Park and his dad were counseled that the disposition of Park would stop sending unwanted messages to others.
he didn't pose an immediate threat and warned him to cease
This was in 2025. Oh, shit. Well, it's May of next year.
contact with the involved parties.
A gun?
I thought this was March of this year.
You know what a gun is?
Yeah.
Did he buy one?
You want to buy?
Did he buy one?
He bought?
I'm asking you, did he buy a gun?
No.
Are you sure?
I mean, you would have to. What state is this? Ohio? In Ohio, you would have to get a gun license now. Park's 20 years old. He's not getting cleared from the background check. You're not getting a gun unless you buy it illegally. Like, I mean, illegally, yeah, sure, he gets a gun. But, like, if he doesn't have a gun, I don't know Ohio's gun laws. No license needed. I'm pretty sure you need a license in Ohio to buy a gun. You have to at least be approved by the state, and they background check you at a gun shop. Do you need a license to buy a gun in Ohio? Because you have a pistol permit, and then you also have a rifle and shotgun license. No state permit or license is required to own a shotgun. Oh my God. Wow. Ohio does not regulate assault weapons as a class, large capacity magazines. Ohio regulates class dangerous ordnance. Yeah, but like this website, I'm on NRA, but I'm not understanding. Permit to purchase rifles and shotguns, no. Handguns, no. So you don't need a permit to purchase or carry? No way. I feel like that would be like Texas, not Ohio. No state permit or license is required to possess or acquire a handgun, rifle, or shotgun other than what falls within the definition of dangerous ordnance. Sawed-off shotguns, firearms, zip guns, suppressors. So he could just go into a fucking building. They probably still do a background check, but you don't need a permit. Wow. Is that most states? I'm like applying like New Jersey, one of the most strict gun law states, to like the whole US. What states do you need a license to buy a gun? Bro, it's only like 7 states. It's California, Connecticut, Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, and DC. Everywhere else, you could just walk into a store and buy a gun and they just do a background check? No way. Some form of permits include Michigan, Nebraska, North Carolina. Okay, so there's some that it's like depending on what. Usually maybe like a pistol permit, concealed carry license. It's a state-to-state basis.
Yes.
He had something going for him, like, you know, he was like doing golfing calls and all that, but all of that went.
That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Like, I'm not, dude, the idea that you just walk in and buy it. They do a background check though. That's like what they're talking about, but you don't know how good the background check's going to clear somebody like this. Explain how it's terrifying. This kid goes and buys a gun in Ohio because he doesn't need to get approved by the police. And the background check goes to the federal level. They clear him because they don't know anything about the state. What's going on with him, and then he gets a gun. Because no matter what, you're getting a background check on a federal level of like you've been accused of any other crimes. If you were in jail for like when you're getting like a background check on a gun on a federal level, they're checking, do you have any drug abuse charges? Have you ever been convicted of an assault crime? Were you ever an alcoholic, or are you currently an alcoholic? Stuff like that, because that's like you're getting denied for a lot of those, right? Or if like you've ever thought about, like, it's like long paper forms that you fill out. You could lie on them, But, like, they ask that shit. Yeah, you have any felonies is the biggest one. But this kid's never committed a crime. So it's like, that's why it's worrisome, is that if he were to go, he could get cleared just because he's young and has no record, even if he is insane.
Really bad, and ever since then, he's just been having a really difficult time accepting that it's gone really bad.
I don't think it's a problem. Like, I feel like I have a pretty nuanced take about, like, gun laws. I think it's weird to just, like, you know, like ARs or something. But, like, if you have, like, a situation where they're walling you off and you have to apply and then you get, you know, approved by, like, your specific state and then you get approved federally, that's different. You know, you hit 3 mil on what? On what, stream? Did I really? Oh, no, it rounded up. Still dub that it shows that it's rounded up. But we're still 45,000 away. They round up usually on the apps. Still a dub, though. Oh, fuck. Oh, I didn't even finish what I was saying. I feel like I have a nuanced take about guns. Like, I think, like, guns for home defense and all that shit, perfectly fine. Right? I just think, like, there should be walls to that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think it should be a 9-month process to buy a gun. I don't think it should be as simple as going into a store and getting one. Like, I think you should have to, like, get checked, get cleared, get scanned, get checked again, and then you could go into a store and apply, and they do a background check, and then you're good. Like, because that's, like, the scary shit is, like, sometimes it's, like, crazy motherfuckers could go in and get one, and they slip through the cracks. It's hard, too, but it's, like, especially young guys with, like, clean records.
He was, like, doing golfing calls and all that, but all of that went really bad, and ever since then, he's just been having a really difficult time accepting that it's gone really bad.
You can't do anything to me.
Sit down. There's no fee.
None.
Stop a little bit. Don't do it again. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Oh no, please. Yes. Oh, wait, well, I need your officer number.
You have it all.
No, your name.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Lieutenant Fox.
Oh, Lieutenant Fox. Oh, Lieutenant. Shut the up, Lieutenant. Get the out of my sight, little. Can you be a good dog and give me a drink?
No, don't think so.
Why do I ask why?
It's because you just spit
Shut
on.
the up. I'm speaking.
No,
I feel like if he was in a different jail, bro, if he was in Florida, they would have put a spit bag on his face. If this was Florida, he'd have a spit bag on his head right now. The second he spit on the ground, they'd be like, "Yep, it's over." They'd fucking they'd put him in one of those chairs. You know what I mean? When they get a wheelchair and they strap you in and you can't move.
I'll speak whenever the I want to. Okay?
You won't.
I will speak whenever the
Oh my god, no, the cop's getting rage baited. Stop.
I choose to.
What's a spit bag? It's a crime to spit on a police officer. So if you try to spit on a cop, they'll put basically a bag over your head. And so you just spit into the bag.
Look at me! Tell me.
Do you think you intimidate me, dude?
No, I don't.
Good, because you don't.
Oh my god, stop. No, now I don't want to side with the other kid and the cop's being a cornball. Oh my god. Why are you going, do you think you intimidate me? Well, you don't. Now you're like equally as cringe.
You dare look at me.
Oh.
That's funny, right? You will be forgiven for laughing. And you're gonna
You will be forgiven for laughing. Oh my god, you just pardoned him.
Tell me.
Do you think you intimidate me, dude?
No, I don't.
Good, because you don't.
Don't you dare look at me. That's funny, right? You will be forgiven for laughing. And you're gonna see what I can do.
Thank God. You're saved.
Why do you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you flip it upside down? Because you're gonna die. And you, especially, officer, on the computer. Yeah, with the glasses, Mr. Four Eyes. Oh, why am I? No, I need to get out. No, I need to run. Push me down, please. I need to get out of here because I need to save your guys' lives. I need to go. Can you release me? I need to run away.
Sit down.
There's no. Yes, master.
Why are they watching him? Why don't they just walk? Like, why are there like 3? I feel like they're doing this for entertainment, bro. Like, if I'm him, if I'm one of the cops, just walk away. Just let him sit in that fucking chair for like 3 hours alone.
Wait, do you guys like Logan Paul? Jake Paul or Logan?
Who brought up Jake and Logan Paul? Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, holy reference.
Paul. Go.
What's your social?
Why did he just bring up Logan and Jake Paul? What the fuck? What? That is so random. Why'd they cut that out? I wanted to know what he said.
There's no. There's massive.
Have you heard of Prime? He just starts like a huge side conversation. Like, what do you think about Lunchly and how it's basically just like a duplicate of like Lunchables? Do you think that's like a good business idea? Or I heard there was like moldy cheese or something. I don't really know. I've been thinking about getting him. I always see him at Walmart, but I never really know if I want to try him out.
Wait, do you guys like Logan Paul? Jake Paul or Logan Paul? Go.
Oh my god, if I'm choosing between the two? Oof.
Social? I don't know my
That's a hard one.
social, you done it. How many orgies have you guys been in? You 4.
Dude, Logan's just such a great heel in the WWE.
Tell me.
He just needs like therapy right now.
Although the family believes Shion is harmless, officers still have a duty to
Wait, he said the N-word? No, he didn't. How many orgies have you guys been in?
Jake Paul or Logan Paul? Go.
What's your social?
I don't know my social, you done it. How many orgies have you guys been in? You 4. Tell me.
He just needs like therapy right now.
I would air a 6'7" joke to him right there. See how he feels about that. How many orgies have you been in? Maybe 6. Then you see him go. You snap him out of it.
How many orgies have you guys been in? You 4. Tell me.
He just needs like therapy right now.
How did somebody just gigify the emote of Logan Paul in the Japan forest?
Although the family believes Shion is harmless, officers still have a duty to determine the credibility of his reported threats.
You keep saying March 8th at 12 o'clock. What's the significance? Nothing's gonna happen, guys. It's all a act. Look into my eyes and lie like I lie. You're safe. What's your problem with people on marks?
Oh, is that the workplace?
Is that what you said you want to kill them all? Yeah, but then I'll die. Again, you're supposed to torture me today. And you don't choose to torture me, I'm literally gonna kill you all. This is the last chance. If you don't shoot me right now, I'm gonna kill you all. And if you don't kill me right now, I'm gonna kill you all. 5. No, dude, this is the place where I'll be awakened, you idiots. I need you to take it off with me, because I'm not gonna do it. Good boy.
As the
immediate high cortisol. Oh my god, stop. No, that would get me. That would get me right there. None of the other shit would piss me off, but right there, that'd fucking get me. Oh, I know, I can't take off my shirt. Good boy. Oh.
officers get Shion dressed into his new
They getting punched in the nuts, man.
county-appointed wardrobe, a revelation seems to wash over him.
Oh, wait, am I gonna go to prison? My children will kill you all. Let's go! No way I'm gonna do this with you guys. Let's go! No, don't touch me, you little.
According to police reports, once in his cell, Shion continued his volatile behavior, removing his clothes, piling them in a corner, and urinating on them. He danced.
What? He took off all of his clothes and started peeing on them.
In his cell,
I've been there before.
Shion continued his volatile
I've been there before.
behavior, removing his clothes, piling them in a corner, and urinating on them. He danced, screamed, sang, and shadowboxed, and at one point attempted to break
Not that crazy.
the cell's surveillance camera.
Okay.
He also stuffed his bedsheet into the toilet, flooding the cell.
Wait, what? He took his bedsheet, stuffed it in the toilet, and continually flushed it.
To the toilet, flooding the cell. Eventually, as he began to calm down, Shion requested a Bible. A search of the father's car and Shion's bedroom was completed, but no weapon was ever found. A correction officer reported the day after his arrest, Shion admitted to him that he consumed shrooms the day before and had no recollection of the previous night.
How many mushrooms? Bro, I've taken mushrooms 10 times. I haven't done like a heroic dose, but never in my life have I tripped and then been like, oh, I'm gonna kill people. That's like a horrible fucking turn of events. maybe that I could see that. But if he was actively on them, on March 8th, he advised Theo Young that he could consume shrooms on March 7th. Not remember being in the jail the previous night. Oh, so he's saying he was on mushrooms while he was in jail. Maybe? Shrooms do not do that. I knew a guy in college that was friends with somebody that took heroic doses multiple times, went insane, and started taping dog treats to the ceiling to save his life. Like, there's like, that could happen. It can happen. You gotta be like the wrong dose with the wrong person. There's crazy shit. I know a guy. Yeah, I do know a guy.
Consumed shrooms the day before and had no recollection of the previous night.
He wasn't a friend. He was an acquaintance in class. Better put it. I don't remember his name, but he told us the story about that. Who's the guy? Don't know him. It was in my History of Modern Philosophy 2 class. He sat one row in front of me and one row to the left of me. I talked to him every day, and when we got on the topic of shrooms, he said that his friend took multiple heroic doses and started taping dog treats to the ceiling, and now he can't hold a job.
John was banned from all Mark's properties.
If you give me water, I'm gonna kill you.
If I give you water, you're going to kill us, but even though you requested water.
Yeah.
According to court records, Shion Park was charged with 2 counts of harassment with a bodily substance, 2 of aggravated menacing, 1 count of vandalism, and 1 count of intimidation. After a psychiatric evaluation, Shion was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Get the full story without the
Yeah, I mean, if he took shrooms, that actually explains it somewhat. It really depends how much. Like, he could not have been with it. Like, if he took, like, a heroic dose of, like, fucking penis envy or, like, enigma mushrooms, yeah, you'd probably lose your mind for, like, 9 hours. But, to the point that he ends up getting arrested, then I feel like he would be, like, curling in a ball rather than living in that, like, I don't know. Maybe he did think he was in like a reality where everybody was going to die at midnight. Like, he could have convinced himself of that, but he was texting his coworker that he wanted to kill everyone. And days prior, he was already threatening about a gun. It like half explains it. I hope he's mentally okay, man. Genuinely. That's pretty scary. Somebody said shrooms don't do that. He is undiagnosed, needs intense medical treatment. I think if you have, here's the thing. People that shrooms won't do that in itself. But if this guy is already undiagnosed with like, not saying schizophrenia, but say this guy is undiagnosed with like multiple medical disorders, and then he takes mushrooms, those are going to get amplified so drastically. Like, that's why it's like, if you're like predisposed for like schizophrenia, you're not supposed to ever take hallucinogens because it could bring it out early. Like, say you have a parent that has schizophrenia. If you take mushrooms, that could be like really bad. Like, so especially his dad seemed like he didn't really get what was going on. So I'm assuming the dad probably never got him like to a psychiatrist when he was younger. You know, first manic episodes these cops have ever met. Yeah, they did get rage baited pretty quickly. I don't know. Ugh. He seemed so with it, though. Like, with it, but also, like, out of it. When chefs actually got caught cheating in Hell's Kitchen. How do you get caught cheating in Hell's Kitchen? Coming with pre-cooked food.
From rigging doors in hopes of avoiding a punishment to sabotage.
Gordon, please. I didn't mean to burn the souffle. Don't hurt me.
An opponent's dish during a finale. These were times when Hell's Kitchen chefs got caught cheating. Beginning with Ben from season 5, who tried hiding an ingredient from the other chefs during episode 12's individual challenge. All
right, that's not a very good hiding tactic. I mean, that I feel like hiding it would be like putting it away in a drawer. Or just put a fucking hand towel over the fucking bottle.
Episode 12's individual challenge. By only using their taste buds, each chef competed to see who would come closest to recreating Gordon's fish stew. And although it was implied that everyone had equal access to the ingredients, Ben decided to bend the rules. As everyone else grabbed whatever liquor they thought would recreate the stew, Ben did this instead.
Right when I tasted Chef Ramsay's dish, the first thing I tasted was Pernod.
Not that he's willing to share this information with anyone else.
However, Gordon...
I wouldn't say that's cheating. I feel like if you're in a competition where everybody gets the same ingredients and you have to taste something and use it, I think it'd be cheating to be like, I'm not going to give it to you. But I don't think it's cheating to be like, I'm just going to hide this shit. You should have been quicker, you know?
And saw right through his scheme and called him out.
Ben, your alcohol is community property, yes?
Yes, I just was.
Yeah, I don't care, you shellfish bastard.
No.
Yeah.
Even his opponent was left with a...
See, but Gordon's probably not going to dock him for it. He's just like, you're being a... It is a bitch play. I think we could agree on that. Like, hiding the ingredients from your opponents is lame as hell. Is it cheating? No. Is it... Because they would have to actively say it. It's lame as fuck. It's really cringy. Like, I would hate that guy if I was a competitor. But I'm not going to be like, no, he cheated.
Sour taste in her mouth.
I was shocked by that. I could have played that caddy game, but I decided that wasn't the noble route to go.
But despite going to such lengths to protect his secret ingredient, he still lost the challenge. Another chef who got karma rightfully served to them.
I feel like I was waiting. These are like realistic ways of cheating. I feel like I was kind of expecting somebody to be like, Jeffrey took Matt's souffle into the kitchen and ended up pooping in it. To make it taste worse, he ended up grabbing a bottle of fucking deer piss and dousing it in it.
For cheating was Tiffany from season 10, who thought that she could sneak burnt pizza past Gordon Ramsay.
It's burnt, look. Just cut that part off. Who gives a shit?
Unfortunately,
That looks like a DiGiorno pizza. Why are they making, like, frozen pizzas? Is that supposed to be, like, homemade?
Cut that part off. Who gives a shit?
Unfortunately, Tiffany's plan backfired, but
one of my favorite scenes from Family Guy is when he's reenacting like a Tarantino film, and he walks up to his coworker and he's like, "Do you have lunch today?" And he's like, "Yeah, I brought pizza." He goes, "From home or from a place?" "From a place." Guy just shoots him in the chest 3 times and takes it. Because homemade pizza sucks. Well, it doesn't suck. It's just like, I'm not jealous of homemade pizza, but I'm gonna be jealous if you have like pizza from a place.
Gordon and Chef Andy immediately noticed.
No, it doesn't? Yes, it does. What do you mean? I will say, I think like frozen pizzas are pretty solid. I enjoy them. But if you're like, yeah, I have homemade pizza from fucking Screamin' Sicilian, I'd go, oh, yeah, no, okay. But if you're like, I have pizza that I just got from a New York shop, I'd be like, give me a slice.
Poor attempt at hiding her mistake.
Now we're selling burnt pizza, not crispy and delicious, fucking burnt. Burnt.
Honestly, I would eat that. I feel like I've been served pizza from restaurants that are this burnt. I like a bit of crisp. This is a little too burnt. I would rather it be brown. It's like pale. This one's probably gonna have some flop on it, and then it's burnt on the outside, so it's just badly cooked. But I would still eat this.
Burnt.
I've burnt my pizza before really badly. Because, dude, the instructions on frozen goods are so bad. Have you guys ever made air fried chicken tenders? They'll tell you to put that shit in the air fryer for 350 for 6 minutes. That will be soggy and cold. That's not cooked. If it says 350 for 6 minutes, I'm putting it at 400 for 20. And it'll come out perfect. I'm like, dude, who the fuck is writing these instructions? Same thing with a pizza. So when you get a frozen pizza, it'll be like, put it at 420 in an oven for, say 10 minutes. I'm going to do double that. One time I was like, I want it really crispy. I'm going to put that bitch in for 25 minutes. Forgot about it. Came back, char black. Hockey puck. Had to throw it out.
With bits of shit in there.
Similar to Tiffany, season 11 Zach had a plan that would also flop. In episode 4's service challenge, Zach pre-cooked all the salmon hoping to get ahead, but instead had to start over and faced Gordon's wrath for not understanding that fish was meant to be cooked to order. And despite Gordon's clear instruction,
yo, on God though, I just meal prep tuna, and I always meal prep for like 4 to 6 days. And I meal prep tuna, and day 1 and 2, the tuna will be really good. By day 4, choking that bitch down. That shit's disgusting. That shit's fucking disgusting. I'm eating it just because it's food. At that point, it's so gross. No matter how good you make it. Dude, and I Googled that the other day. It says you're only supposed to leave tuna in a fridge for 1 to 3 days. I'm still going to eat that bitch. 4 days from now, I'm still going to eat that. I mean, what are the odds it has fucking foodborne illnesses in it?
To start fresh,
low.
Zach secretly snuck the old salmon.
Who meal preps tuna? Me, because I'm tired of eating chicken and turkey every single fucking day of my goddamn life. Because I have alpha-gal and I can't eat mammals anymore. So pork and beef are out of the fucking question, pal. I've had enough shrimp and chicken and fucking salmon and tilapia to fucking make me explode. So I try new shit here and there.
Back on his pan, hoping that Gordon would not notice.
Chef told me that I can't use the fish that I had just cooked off, but the salmon looked perfect. So I figured all I gotta do is finish it off and send it out.
However, when Gordon found the tray of old salmon still laying around, he knew Zach was playing games and immediately called him out.
Where's this from? Those are the old stuff, Chef. That's the old stuff? Yes, Chef. Have we been using that?
No, Chef.
Have we, Zach?
No, Chef. We joined the thing straight to the order.
The truth?
Yes, Chef. That's why it's still there, Chef.
Although Zach kept doubling down on his lie, Gordon saw right through the bullshit and shut
He saw right through the bullshit. 30 minutes later, there's like 6 salmon missing. Oh, where'd the other salmon go? Nowhere, Chef. There's always been 4 salmon on that plate. No, there fucking hasn't. There was 20 there 10 minutes ago. No, there's always been 4 salmon on that plate, Chef.
him down.
Look at me, in the fucking eyes. Did you take salmon from the back and reheat it?
No, I've been eating the salmon while I've been working, Chef. I am quite parched, Chef. Or not parched. Hungry, Chef. Sorry.
Hey, yes or no?
No, Chef, it's right here.
Shut the fuck up. Fuck off the salmon.
But Zach wasn't the only one to test Gordon's bullshit detector, because during season 9, episode 2, Brendan made the same mistake with his sea bass.
You've cooked the bass. Is your meat ready?
No, Chef.
And the garnish all ready?
No, Chef.
You've got to work as a team. Please.
Gordon then instructed the blue team to coordinate their timing for the next order and explicitly ordered Brendan to fire up a new sea bass. But despite those instructions, he found himself questioning Brendan's integrity when he received the new quote-unquote sea bass just minutes later.
Brendan?
Yes, Chef.
Is that the same bass?
No, Chef.
You didn't start a fresh one?
Yes, it is.
He pops it in the microwave.
Chef.
So where's the old one then?
Threw it away, Chef.
Show me.
And when Brendan could not find the sea
The phantom search. The phantom search in the trash can. Like when you look for your homework in school. Oh, I must have left it at home. You know it's not in there.
bass he supposedly threw away, Gordon continued to press him.
I'm going to ask you one more time to tell me the truth. Is that the bass from 10 minutes ago, or is that a fresh one you cooked?
When Brendan finally confessed to his deception, Gordon decisively puts him in his place.
You do that to me one more time, trust me, fuck the elimination. I'll send you out there and then. Let me tell you that.
Yes, Chef.
I kind of hope Gordon Ramsay starts calling people chud. I feel like that'd be really funny in his voice. What are you fucking doing, you chud? You sitting here thinking you can fucking give me that sea bass? Recooked it. It's the same fucking sea bass.
Won't happen again.
And while Brendan was caught cheating to save himself, Andrew from season 1 was caught cheating to help his team. After losing episode 6's challenge, the blue team's second punishment was having their storeroom locked for the entire dinner service, making things more difficult by having to enter a code every time they wanted to grab something from inside.
I'll give you the combination. C1.
They probably just leave the door cracked.
690Y. Log it. I'm saying it once. Let's go.
While his team rushed over to get the storeroom open, Andrew had a brilliant idea.
What do you want?
Give me the tape. Give me the masking tape.
Just fucking do it.
Just give me the masking tape.
Oh, I gotcha.
But luck wasn't on
Bro, I don't think that's cheating.
his side, as sous chef Scott immediately caught him in the act and gave him a piece of his mind.
You fucking guys fucked it up. You get a punishment. You don't fucking rig it so it works for you. You blew it. Pay the consequences. Got it? Yes, sir.
Just like Andrew, Adam from season 14 immediately confessed when he was exposed on episode 3's team challenge, where he realized that his risotto would not be ready in time and asked to use Millie's rice as a substitute instead.
This risotto is just not getting done. I thought I left myself enough time. 3 minutes to go, chef. Do you have enough rice to go for 2? I got that. Yeah.
And when it came time for Adam's dish to be judged, the team needed both his and Millie's dish to get a point to win the challenge. However, the guest judge made one observation that put Adam on the spotlight.
How did you guys both wind up with rice on the dish? Did you guys share on that one, or?
Did you take some of Millie's rice? I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut the bullshit.
Bro, why? I feel like they get so... Why do they get so angry? Do you think Gordon actually gets upset at this? I feel like he fully has to upplay it. There's no way he dead-ass cares that much.
Did you take Millie's rice? Yes, sir.
After confessing, Gordon revealed that Adam broke the rules and thereby lost the challenge for the blue team, which also happened to be the team that Season 10's Robin tried to steal from. During Episode 7's dinner service, Robin overcooked her beef and ran out of extras to fix her mistake. As a result, she nudges her teammate to try and steal some from the blue team.
Could someone go ask see if the men have any more meat? How many do you need? I need 2 more beef, guys.
However, none of them had the guts to do so, leaving her to get exposed by Gordon when he asked her where the beef was.
I would like to get another beef from the gentleman so I could do it real quick.
Let me tell you something. We just don't go to the blue kitchen and get what you want. It's a competition, you silly cow.
Okay, yes,
That's
chef.
the last fucking time I'm telling you all. Got it?
Yes, chef.
As a result, he forced her to shamefully apologize to the customers and to suggest a new...
Oh my god! No! You gotta walk out to the customer and you're like, I'm sorry, the filet sucks. I overcooked your shit. I'm sorry, it's been an hour. I'd recommend the risotto. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fuck up your steak.
substitute for the beef she screwed up.
I guess I'm going to walk my happy ass up to table 64 and tell them, I'm sorry, ma'am, we don't have your beef. Would you like a swordfish or a pigeon instead? Yes, pigeon. Pigeon?
A pigeon? Pigeon? Pigeon. Pigeon. Let me get that right.
I'm sorry, ma'am, we don't have your beef. Would you like a swordfish or a pigeon instead? Yes.
Pigeon. People eat pigeons?
Pigeon? Okay. Perfect.
However,
Not eating a pigeon. I'll have the swordfish.
Robin still looked like a genius in comparison to Siobhan from Season 7, who unintentionally cheated during Episode 2's Egg Challenge, where each chef was paired to cook 4 different types of eggs in under 5 minutes. But
that would be really funny if they were like, Maria ran out of pigeons for overcooking them, so she went out to the back with some cornmeal and snapped one of their necks. From then on, she actually... She went outside and actually killed a fucking live pigeon to try and feed a customer.
For Siobhan, Gordon specifically requested that she tackle the challenge alone as her team was 1 person short. However, all it took was her teammate Autumn asking her to join forces for her to completely abandon those demands. And when it came time for Gordon to raid her eggs, Siobhan exposed herself after failing to give him a straight answer.
Just answer me the question, how long did he cook them for?
Oh, because she doesn't know because she's not the one that just cooked them?
My teammates helped me, Chef.
Your teammates helped you?
Yes, Chef.
I asked you to work on your own.
But instead of owning up to her mistakes, she threw the blame on her team.
I should have pushed her out of the way, and I'm so mad at myself that I didn't.
I mean, why are we crying?
I'm so mad. I shouldn't have listened to the teammates that were forcing me to do something that I should have known was wrong to do.
In the end, Gordon gave her just 1 point for only managing to cook 1 of the 4 dishes. The ironic thing is that Siobhan got berated for cheating, unlike Michael, who somehow got away with what might be the craziest cheating story in this entire video. In the
oh my god, they never caught him?
Finale of
well,
season...
they know, but I'm saying they never like docked his points.
In 1, the final 2 contestants, Ralph and Michael, were each running their own sides of the kitchen during a practice service. When it was Ralph's turn to run the pass, the command station where he would be calling out orders and checking every dish before it left the kitchen, Michael saw an opportunity to expose his opponent's weakness.
I'm trying to see how many can go without having crab in them.
What are you talking about?
It's my risotto. I wanted to make risottos the whole night without crab. I was just seeing what I could slip past Ralph tonight.
To Michael's satisfaction, Ralph...
Wait, what? So he just wasn't adding a needed portion of the dish, and Gordon never knew?
Failed to spot the mistake, even after Gordon gave him a subtle hint, allowing the dish to be served.
Ralph, have to taste. I tasted it. You tasted it, yeah? Yes.
Oh, so he's not really cheating. He's just failing to see that it's wrong.
I was just sort of laughing like, I can't believe he's letting him go like that.
Just as Michael hoped, the dish got sent back to the kitchen, fulfilling his scheme and getting Ralph in trouble with Gordon.
The risotto is bland. And then he's telling me as well, how could you call it a crab risotto without crab in there?
There's no crab in there at all? There's no crab in the risotto. Did you taste it? Yes, I did, but I didn't. Come on, big boy. Taste it.
And when Ralph attempted to expose Michael's sabotage, Gordon swooped in to throw the blame back on him.
Michael, what are you doing to me?
What'd I do?
Well, because I think originally Gordon would have been mad at him for trying to con Ralph, but I think he wanted to see it play out and be like, dude, you couldn't taste that there wasn't crab in that, because that's even worse. If you're supposed to be a chef that's serving good meals and you don't know that the meat in the dish isn't there.
No crab in the crab risotto?
Ralph,
Right.
you should know that.
Yeah, that's why you've got to taste everything, yeah? You're in control, you're in the driving seat, and you should spot those kind of things, yeah?
Instead of getting criticized for his devious actions, Michael was met with Gordon's surprising approval.
Michael had Ralph look stupid and took him down big time. That was an interesting lesson.
Well, I think equally Michael probably would have gotten shit on by Ralph and Gordon if Ralph noticed. I think that's the thing. I don't think this is cheating. I think this is like kind of like a test where if Ralph noticed, it would have been really bad for Michael.
Very clever move from Michael's behalf.
Gordon was so impressed, so much so that sabotaging contestants at the pass became a regular feature in future seasons.
You just sent out 2 fucking risotto, there's not an ounce of asparagus anywhere, and it was done with a spinach puree. You've got to taste, Dave.
Yeah, chef.
Oh, so other people started doing it in future seasons? That's nuts. All right. That was a fun video. Anyways. I tried the first humanoid home robot. It got weird. But you gotta tell his what he missed. I mean, bro, 20 grand, pay a mother to do your dishes, you know? $20,000, and it's gonna suck. Because that's the problem is it's all first gen. It's like you don't want to, I would maybe understand 40 years down the line a home robot being awesome. But the first one's just going to be a waste of money, bro. You're going to get $20,000. It's going to be able to do such limited, what do you think it's able to do? It's not going to be able to cook. It could clean and maybe like grab you items. That's all it's going to be able to do.
One little catch.
And maybe it's like, oh my God. Is it VR controlled?
There may be a human behind the curtain pulling the robot's strings.
If I throw up, will the robot throw up?
Then what the is the point in owning the robot? I don't understand why you would want the robot if you have to control the robot. I don't want it to be sensitive and delicate. I want a home robot that could grab a steel bar and bend it in half. What? I want a superhuman robot that could do tasks, so when I have to fucking move or do something, I just get it to do it for me. When I'm like, hey, Neo, could you actually cut the vegetables for me? Sorry, I'm not allowed to hold sharp objects. Neo, I thought you'd be able to. This is painful to watch. Why are we playing epic music right now? Why are we playing epic music? Chat, watch the scene, but tune out the music and just listen to him clanking around. Listen to him clanking around and how fucking awkward this is. Part of me thinks that these companies are just going to miserably fail. Like, they take so much investor money. They spend so much on tech that's outdated the next year. And then they get no customers. It's like all off speculation of this weird idea, like of an ideal future. I really don't think we're going to have robots in our house. I think that's like a fucking wide inaccuracy of the future, right? I could foresee robots that maybe make tasks easier, but it would be more like niche machinery than something that's going to wander around my house that I give commands to. Like, this isn't Futurama, right? This isn't fucking, what's the one old show? The Jetsons, right? Like, this isn't fucking, like, what are we doing, you know? Nobody's going to buy that. Even if, dude, like, the only way anybody would ever purchase this and they would be able to turn, like, an actual profit is if they were able to truly make it fully operable. It would have to work the same as a human, but for cheaper. That's what it would have to. The only way, it's not even close. And I understand he's like, oh, we need to train the AI model. Train the AI model, bro. You're not even near, even if you train the AI model to do it without a human operating it, it's still, dude, Hey, Neo, could you go fetch me a water? Two seconds. I asked Neo to do it. Doesn't shut the door. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. It's just gonna why? I don't need, like, I understand it makes your life easier, but it's like, bro, I'm saving 15 seconds and I'm spending 20 grand. Like, even if it was $5,000, the average home, even a middle high class American income wise, they're not gonna fucking buy this. Honestly, it'll wipe my ass. That's what hey, I want Neo to wipe my ass. That's what I want Neo to do. I don't want to, no, I want Neo to wipe my ass. That's what I want Neo to do. Well, what the fuck? Neo's going to do everything in your house. Can Neo walk upstairs? That's a question. Do you think they've answered that? Is Neo a one floor type of guy, or is he able to move room to room? If there's a lip on the ground, is he going to fall, or what's happening there? Yeah, he can. I really don't. I doubt Neo could walk upstairs well. I bet Neo falls down the fucking stairs.
The quality of that work will vary. And will
the quality of that work will vary. What would you use him for? He said he could do most things in your house. He can't cook. He could clean. I'll give him that. He could fetch items. He could organize things. I mean, that's it, bro. Like, he's not going to do your laundry. Even the cleaning's limited. He's not going to be able to fucking do your laundry and fold. I mean, like, maybe the dexterity could be there, but that would be hard. Doing your... Wow. Neo could open a door for me. You know what I do? I open the door. I'm holding all the items in my hand. I open the door, and then I kick that bitch open. And then I fucking... and then it falls back. I catch it on my shoulder. And then I side shimmy into the fucking... This is the dumbest thing I think I'm going to see in the next week. This is like a really shitty Shark Tank pitch. There's literally going to be somebody in a warehouse in like fucking Sweden or somewhere random across the world controlling your robot through a VR headset. No one... How many people do you think buy these when they come available in 26? I think people buy them because it's just like, I think YouTubers will buy them for videos, and I think there'll be like Linus Tech Tips or fucking some shit. Like, I think 4 YouTubers buy it, and I think like 20 rich people. Shit. All right, we actually have well, I don't know. I think well, it's actually it's quite peculiar. I think the robot's actually going to be available in the next, maybe 6 months. Elon Musk says that every 6 months. Every 6 months. Or in the next, maybe year, there's going to be another, we're going to have self-driving cars everywhere. And you're going to have a robot in your house that'll... What product in my house could do something dangerous if it decided to do so? Was my toaster going to activate itself? The stove's just gonna turn on. Most things, yeah. Your Roomba's gonna turn malicious. My lava lamp, as I say that, boom, it just explodes. People are gonna do more of what they want to do if they had this robot. I think they would be more like a bum. They always say that, like, they always go, hey, this is like a technological application. This is something that's supposed to make your life easier so you can do more of what you want to do. But people are just going to be more bum-like. Like, I truly believe WALL-E is where shit's going to go. Also, this robot did the 6-7 emote 5 fucking times in the span of a 9-minute video. But I think we're going towards, like, a WALL-E-esque future. Not in the sense that, like, people are just going to be, like, sitting in chairs doing nothing. But it's like, we're trying to give you more and more items so you don't have to do stuff. And it's not like, oh, so now I don't have to do this, and I'm going to actually... go on a bike ride. I'm going to fucking pick up a hobby. I'm going to read. No, they're going to fucking spam scroll on short form media more, eat more like shit, get less done, burn less calories, and get fat. Like, that's what's going to fucking happen.
Regret this. Film school and art degrees, they're a big gamble. Like
Yeah.
there's way more people majoring in that.
I'd hope so. Really? What's the worst that's gonna? What's the worst that could happen? They're dead. They're dead. If you're a mortician, it's like the body looks weird. Like you're not gonna kill. It's not like you're an anesthesiologist. Worst thing that could happen, you bring them back to life. Oh shit! You forgot your training. I didn't know it. And he's just like a dead body, just walking out of the morgue.
Then jobs available. Totally see why a lot of people who majored in a crapshoot got snake eyes and were like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think the only reason I don't regret it is because I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like, if I had given up at some point and wasn't doing anything related to any of it, I would...
Well, yeah, I do think a lot of people that get into humanities and arts degrees end up just using that degree to put a foot in the door for the fact that they have a degree and then go into a field that has nothing to do with, you know, cinematography or whatever they ended up getting into.
Be like, dude, I should have gone to school for engineering. If I had a friend who's like an accountant and I asked them to meet up after work and they're like, oh, I can't. I go to UCLA every Wednesday for my like screenwriting class, and they're just doing it for the pursuit of it. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
So it sucks that people regret pursuing those things because I think a lot of humanities and arts comes from a place of interest or passion.
The truth is, work without...
Ooh, do you think people regret it because it's like their dream gets killed? Like they go to school for like acting, performing arts, and then they fucking fail like miserably. Oh. So it's not even like, oh, the pay or they don't like their job. It's just like, I literally could not get cast in any role at all.
Without will and work without direction only makes you a beast of burden.
Oh, is that a quote?
Yeah.
Who said that?
I don't know. Another important takeaway from the study is that someone's field of study isn't always the most regretted aspect of higher education. A lot of times it's a relationship.
Yeah.
From a statistical standpoint, the number one regret in regards to higher education, more than the field of study, according to this survey, with 45% of students feeling this way, is not getting more education.
Whoa.
A huge contributor.
The number one regret of higher education is not going further. So they wish that they had gotten a PhD.
To that is 61% of dropouts wishing that they had finished school. All right.
Well, yeah. I will say, this is how I perceive this, okay? I'm not saying this applies to anybody or you need to do this. I was in college from COVID 2020, 2021 till I graduated like summer of 24. I was exercise science for the first year. Philosophy the second year, third and fourth, right? And I think that the second year I really wanted to drop out. And that was 21, 22, right? So like the 2 months into my sophomore year when like I was finally going back, first year of college, exercise science fully online. I didn't go to college one time. Every class I had was on Zoom. It was terrible. It was like I was still in high school. Second year, first year of actual college, first day I showed up, I was like, I'm going to fucking drop out. Stuck with it. Happy I did. I see so many people that drop out, but they don't drop out in the first or second year. They drop out in the third or fourth. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're already, if you're past halfway, might as well stick it out. That's how I'm seeing that shit. The amount of people that drop out like year 4, year 3.5, I'm like, bro, you have fucking 70% of your degree done. Just get it at this point. Like, what are you fucking, I understand if it's like a life thing where it's like, okay, some shit happened where like you physically have to push school to the side, but that's just putting it off. That's not dropping out. The amount of people that are like, yeah, college isn't for me. Buddy, it took you 3.5 years to figure that out. You're on the back end of your fucking degree. What are we doing?
Number 2, least regretted field of study is computer science.
I called Build that shit!
Of course. I mean, that just makes sense.
Well, that's because it's so needed right now. I think in like 5 years, people are going to regret it.
That's pretty much sums it up.
It's the science of computers, ladies and gentlemen.
Because there'll just be so many people going in for it.
And what is the number one thing in the whole society these days? Yeah, you guessed it. Computers! Computer sciences is basically the new medical school. Once we got a bunch of clankers running around. So for years and years, you've been told, like, this is safe, go into coding, until, like, last year when they're like, oh, you know what actually AI is, like, really good at? Your job. And carrying on the theme that we've seen from this list.
Yeah, I think this will slowly go down the list and then transfer sides over the next, like, 10 years. What do people at Geek Squad have a degree in? Like, if somebody works at Geek Squad, do they have a degree?
People make a dump truck load of money doing
nothing. IT. Do you think they make money? Bro, that sucks, though, if you have to go. They have an IT in geeking, IT cybersecurity. Bro, but do they make money? That would just blow ass going to a 4-year degree school to go work at Best Buy and put on iPhone covers for people. And listen to a grandma be like, why doesn't my computer work? She's still on Windows 7. Why doesn't my computer work? She hasn't updated her computer in 8 years.
Yo, Ross.
What's up?
You have one of the least regretted college degrees, I think. What was your degree?
Computer science.
How do you feel about your degree, and then why do you think it's people are so happy with their computer science degrees?
Yeah, I mean, I don't regret it. The reason I don't regret it is the freedom of work and the ease of work. Last time I changed jobs, it took me like less than a week to find a new job. The fact that I can work from home, can kind of work like whatever hours I want as long as I get my...
Oh, and they job hop like crazy. They job hop like fucking crazy, bro. The people that I know in comp sci, it's like every 3 months they get a new fucking job. They do like minimal work and then they just job hop, get paid more, work for like 6 months, job hop.
Work done is really nice. Oh yeah, and I get paid well, so.
Yeah, that helps. Now with AI and coding, what level do you think that disruption is going to be at?
It's going to hurt newer people more than people like me. Instead of people hiring interns and dealing with that, they're like, well, we can probably just get AI to write code that's good enough and then have someone senior look at it. That's a possible shortfall, or maybe it works, right? And we just like programming dies in the next 10 years.
Are you worried about that at all?
I mean, not really, because like there's nothing I can do to change it. So if it happens, it happens, and I'll get a new job.
Yeah,
damn, dude.
You're smart.
Based. That's smart as hell, bro.
Swing a hammer somewhere, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, swing a hammer somewhere. The way that I perceive it is like if you were smart enough to get a comp sci degree and you're in the field and AI takes your job, you're probably smart enough to take the job of another person. Like the people that shouldn't be, in my mind, the people that should be worried aren't comp sci people, because if you got a degree in computer science and you're in the field for 5 years and AI takes the comp sci guy's job, the comp sci guy is going to go take your job because they're going to hire him. Like, I don't know. That's just how I'm perceiving it. It's like, bro, they're probably going to be way better at whatever it is.
All right, dude. Well, thank you.
Because they could still go into the tech area. And even if they're not computer coding, it's like they'll be the Geek Squad guy.
Yeah.
All right, later.
The higher we go up this list, the more people are like, and you know, I get paid pretty well.
yeah, they don't want to say it.
Before we go any further, I just want to remind you guys that subscriber numbers makes us feel better and not regret our chosen path.
The median income.
Am I subscribed? I am subscribed. Speed
of a subscriber to speed is double that of somebody to speed.
And least regretted degree/field of study for people in America. The most regretted college degree in America is...
If it's not art, dude, I kind of want to throw it. Does business communications count as business management? No. Journalism? I feel like that would go into the literature bunker. I think that would... Drama? That's in the arts, though. I'm just going to spin it.
Field of study.
Social and behavioral sciences.
Social/behavioral sciences. All right, so this includes psychology, sociology, anthropology, criminal justice, social work, communication studies.
Okay, communication studies is in that list. I'm shocked psychology's up there. Sociology, I get being there. Anthropology, yeah, probably hard to find a job in anthropology. Very fascinating majors, though. I love psychology, sociology, and anthropology. I get communication studies and social work not probably doing well or making a lot of money.
Behavioral science and international relations.
I'm just imagining a psychologist
June said, and I'm cooked.
working at a...
Dude, chat. Also, I see people going, oh my God, no way. If you want to go to college for psychology, don't take this fucking one YouTube video as the telltale sign that you can't do psychology. You can still this isn't a surefire saying of like everybody in this major's unhappy.
Federal prison.
Yeah.
And it just being brutal, exhausting, emotionally difficult work.
Yeah.
And then they don't make a lot of money.
It's doom scrolling IRL. It's like, all right, time to have this other sad guy come in and talk to me on Zoom for an hour. And then I get to have lunch. You could call mine.
Yeah, you do only deal with depressing things. And it's like not a physical depression of like you're seeing people like with wounds, like you're a paramedic or an RN. You're like only dealing with people that are actively on like the brink of suicide or dealing like if you're like a therapist or a psychiatrist. Like you only deal with people that need, and it's like you're doing good, but it's like I can understand the mental deterioration of like, okay, this is like taxing my body. You get to help them. Yeah, you get to help them, but imagine like 8 years into your job, every day they're never being good news. Not never, because you are helping people get better and slowly you get to witness them like kind of grow and flourish, which is awesome. But it's like every day you're also getting new clients that are also like it's an endless loop of like pulling people out of the mud, and then you get them out of the mud and there's another person that falls in. And then you pull them out of the mud, another person falls in. Like you're doing great and you are changing the world, but from your perspective, it feels like you're doing nothing.
Therapist, but I think that'd be weird.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey, do you regret your degree?
Yeah,
And
you're
be
the
like,
number one most regretted. Your job is the most regretted degree in the world. How do you feel about it? It's like, oh, I guess I do have some regrets. Maybe I'll call my therapist. It's harder than ever to give young people advice on what they should do after high school. There was a time when the smart move was simple. You go to college.
It used to be that simple. It literally used to be just go to college.
Study didn't matter.
Now it's like it's a lot more complicated. And it's so new that that's an issue. Like this is the 21st century's issue, right? In the 90s, 80s, 70s, it was like you could still go to college, get a great job. Yeah, you could still do that now, but there's so many options and no time to figure it out. It's like you're still a kid being thrown into the job world effectively. Even if you are going to college, yes, you have to go to college for 4 years. Bro, you're 18 years old, 19 years old, trying to determine what you want to do for the rest of your life right now. Like, fuck. That sucks, right? But maybe I'm not making it better for any of you guys. Don't feel bad if you change your major, right? I think you should have a net of a few things that you're interested in, soft launch one of them, and see if you like it, and then you can commit to something else if it's terrible.
Much because you're just like better off having a degree. College got insanely expensive. More recently, everyone was saying, forget college, just learn how to code. Now people say AI writes code better than humans. So what is the best plan? Trade school? Maybe. College? Maybe. Pick a major just for a paycheck? Maybe. Study something that you love and then it doesn't matter. You'll fall into a way to make money? Maybe. Join the family business straight out of high school, drop out and start your own thing? Honestly, I don't know. All of those.
It's so person to person because it's your interests and also the connections that you have. Like I feel like you might be that kid, but everybody knows that kid that has a dad or mom with a thriving family business that they're 100% just going into. Like your dad owns a golf course. You're going to own a golf course. that's your life, right? Like your dad owns a golf course. All right, sorry, the path is paved. you just that's all you got to do, and your job's set. Some people don't have that, and so it's like now you got to fucking figure out what the hell your options are, what you're able to do, and also what you want to do.
Those are extremely vital.
Legacy matters so much. It's legacy. Well, I think connections in life is everything, but it's also, yeah, like being able to go into a family business is awesome if you want to do it.
Double options.
The alternative that does suck is when your parents have a family business that's on the brink of collapse and they really want you to do it, but you really don't want to do it. They really want you to carry on that family. No, like that sucks. Trying to like weigh those options.
What I do know is this.
Like a pastry shop. Well, sometimes that's awesome if you really want to get into it. But yeah, like restaurant business. Like if your family owns a restaurant and, now you're really flipping a coin on whether or not you really want to own a restaurant or not.
The last decade, we've noticed that there's
inheriting a farm. That's the worst. That's the fucking worst. Or the best. It's one of the two. It also depends on the farm. If you're inheriting a farm that's worth $40 million versus a farm that's like a family-run farm that sells mainly locally and you're really, working all year round to take home like $35K profit. And if you have a bad season, you're down fucking $250,000. Like, it's thick. Dude, farmers can make like $40K off the top, but spend like $1.5 million and make 1.58. Like it's that, like they have to put so much money in and then only get like a very small increase of how much they make.
A more anti-education and anti-intellectual talk creeping into conversations from every side. And I don't freaking jive with it because at its core, education is good. It's about bettering yourself and it betters the world. And I would never discourage anyone from trying to do that. If you're a younger person watching this video, just do your best to be smart about the path that you choose. I wish I could give you better advice, but I really don't have an answer.
If anyone's trying to give you a blanket answer to this question, you probably shouldn't listen to them.
Yeah, they're either dumb or they're lying. To end this on a positive note, the number one least regretted type of degree is...
Do you have a guess?
I thought it would be this one. Is it improv?
Least regretted. So the most favorited degree by broad people. Health is already on the board. Finance is already on the board. I think chat with engineering is smart.
Is it improv school?
Architecture, maybe.
Engineering. Dude, when I got this far, I thought I was going to say catering. I was like, catering? Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Everybody has to eat.
Yeah, everyone's got to eat. All right, engineering.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. It's like the more tried and true version of computer science. Mm-hmm. It's the one that's been around for a century.
Yeah, this is beep, boop, beep, boop, and this is...
And we've had... for like way longer.
Then beep, boop, beep, boop. Mm-hmm. These guys together sent a man to the moon.
Well, this all honestly just makes a ton of sense and was maybe predictable the whole time.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, I think that was actually, you don't even really need to look into that. Engineering's like, you build shit, it breaks, you got to fix it, knock it down, build something else. It's never not going to be a job. Engineering is like, bro, if you go into like that type of work, like you're a civil engineer, you're always gonna, maybe there's too many civil engineers, but there always is going to be a need for civil engineers. There's always going to be a need for engineers in general, like electrical engineers and people like that do all that type of stuff. It's just a job that there's always going to be needed work. Even if it's like we build bigger and better things that last longer, there's always going to be upkeep. There's always going to be things that change. There's always going to be more people that want to do different things. So, I don't know. That made a lot of sense, though. I think that was the easiest guess out of all of them. I did love that video, though. I'm sorry that took, like, fucking forever to watch. How wild Wawa is beating fast food companies at their own game. Before we even get into this chat, who knows what Wawa is? Who knows what Wawa is? If you don't, it's basically 7-Eleven, but better. It's a superstore gas station. I would say the equivalent of a Wawa. Wawa's like northeast/east. I would say for like southern people, Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's a lot larger, but people perceive Buc-ee's as the same way that people in the northeast perceive Wawa. A very loved store, right? All the athletes, you know, get sponsored by Wawa. Most Eagles players are sponsored by Wawa. Not most, but a lot.
Steak shorty.
My bag. Hello, would you like to try a sample? How are you today, sir? Do you have a rewards card today?
It's
Sample? They ain't ever dealing out samples in Wawa. That was straight for the video, bro. That pissed me off. There was never somebody Kim outside of fucking Wawa handing out samplers.
Would you like to try a sample?
Never.
How are you today, sir? Do you have a rewards card today?
It's 10 a.m. on a Monday, and we're at a Wawa, one of America's largest convenience store chains, right outside of Philadelphia. 8:30. Have a great day.
Gobbler's back.
And you're stuck behind the guy that's getting 9 packs of cigarettes. Yeah, let me get one of those. Let me get one of those Camel Crushes on the top left. Yeah. Do you have any of that? Do you have any of that Red Man chew? Oh yeah, I'll get one of those. Yep. Then he pulls out a wad of cash, but it's unorganized. That's a casual experience at Wawa. Pulls out a fucking wad of cash. It's just like, it was just in his pocket. It wasn't even in his wallet. Just fucking, yeah, let me just rummage through here. Just pulling out fucking a $5 bill, a 20, a 10, a 50. He just has it all.
Today's the first day of the Gobbler.
Oh, don't get me started about, I'm a Gobbler hater. Dude, the Gobbler is this, if you don't know, okay, see, I'm talking about this like people know what this is. The Wawa Gobbler is this big promo they have at this store, like, for a month straight. And they're like, dude, come get the Gobbler at Wawa. And they get, like, Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts to be like eating the Gobbler. Yo, it's fucking disgusting. It's an entire Thanksgiving meal in one sandwich.
It's limited time offers inspired by Thanksgiving. Food has helped Wawa build a
yuck
fiercely loyal fan base, what some call a cult-like.
Now that's a little extreme. Getting a Wawa tattoo? Oh no.
I love Wawa. I don't even get gas. I get food.
I love their products.
That is a lot of people. They're phasing those out, but they used to have, it used to be like a 7-Eleven where you could just get food, but now most Wawas are also gas stations. Patrick Welsh, Wawa customer.
Their sandwiches, their coffee.
I love their sandwiches. They even have some cool selections for drinks. It's really just a great old time.
Any cult following starts with each customer, each visit, each transaction.
Hey, Chris Geisens. He spoke at my high school.
Turning in it.
Hey, Chris Geisens. Rock on. CEO of Wawa.
To something more than it should be. We have 5 minutes with our customers. Make it the best 5 minutes of their day.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Expansion has been rapid. Revenue has more than doubled. And it's
a little stagnated here. Uh-oh. That worries me. Wawa, what the fuck?
And it's
we need to be on the up and up. We got to spread worldwide. We're making a monopoly here, Wawa. What are we fucking doing? We're at 18.9 billion, 18.8. That's bad.
Revenue has more than doubled, and its workforce has grown by nearly 90% over the past decade. But competition is fierce.
Yeah, half of those people are New Jersey gas attendants.
But competition is fierce. Convenience store chains are perfecting food, and fast food chains are expanding options and offering value deals and more customization.
You're gonna see
dude, the order screen at Wawa is like the perfect UI. Chat, you have never, if you're ever in a state that has a Wawa, go there. It's not gonna be some mind-boggling experience. I'm not gonna sit here and say like your life's gonna change, you know? But if you go to a Wawa, you're going to leave that and be like, wow, that would be like really nice to have. You know, open 24/7. They always have like a bunch of meal options. It's like a million fast food places in one. You could get salads, hoagies, sandwiches, soup, mac and cheese, hot dogs, milkshakes, smoothies, re-energy fucking like juices. It's like, dude, it's fucking every espresso, cold brew. You can fucking get anything at a fucking Wawa. Whole pizza, you get at fucking Wawa. You know, lotto tickets, Zins, maybe heroin in the back, but they're not associated. It'd be another guy. Gamer Sups. Try it. Code BART. 10% off. Free shipping. Free sample pack at checkout. You could get cups. Powdered tubs. Or cans. Link in description. Bye.
Continued expansion of high quality food service in the convenience industry. And if anything, the quick service restaurants better watch out, because if you can get better food faster at a gas station, that kind of changes everything.
But with an estimated $18.8 billion in annual revenue and nearly 1,200 stores, Wawa is holding its own against public players like 7-Eleven and Casey's.
Yo, fuck Casey's! Yo, fuck Casey's for the motherfucker! Yo! Earlier before this stream started, or earlier before this video started, some motherfucker in my chat was like, oh, Casey's is better than all of them. Yo, 2,800 stores, $15.9 billion in revenue. 1,100 stores, $18.8 billion in revenue. Oh, which one's more successful? Honestly, if you crunch the numbers too, I'm pretty sure Wawa's even doing better than 7-Eleven. Per Wawa is making more money. How many stores do you have? 0.
So can it keep up the momentum?
What a fucking awkward intro. God, a millennial pause.
Just 2 miles away, at Wawa's headquarters, the Innovation Center is testing new hoagies, or subs.
Bro, they're hiring people. What is that? See, no, that's something I'm going to complain about, is I love their options, but they also have a lot of fucking weird shit that no one orders. Like, because they just have a million. Okay, so they have fucking 300 ingredients, and they go, we're just going to make 85 different things that have these ingredients in them. So then they just hire people to like come up with these weird ideas. Stop having that shit. Just have everything be custom and let me put it on it. This is something I'm going to complain about. They came out with this panini sandwich. It's a panini with turkey, cheese, garlic sauce, honey hot sauce, and mac and cheese. It's amazing, okay? I have a few things I would like to change, all right? I'm going to order it, but I have a few things I'd like to change. When I go to custom panini, I'm not allowed to add the mac and cheese on the custom panini, and that pisses me off. That fucking grinds my gears, okay? See, so now, hey, Chris Geisens, if you're watching this fucking video, hey, pal, maybe change that. Maybe make it so I can put mac and cheese on my fucking panini without having to order the fucking specialty sandwich that they fucking want me to order.
Sauces, coffees, and smoothies.
So this is...
Yeah, I got 98 fucking flavors of smoothies, dude.
Second round of samples?
I got dragon fruit. Some shit you've never even heard of. You've heard of dragon fruit. They have other weird shit.
We send back out several concepts to our Wingmates panel.
Aside from the dozens of fresh...
Oh my God, right there, dude. That's like heaven. Yo, you click one, it expands to like 9 different options, and you can just be tapping that shit. Like, just searching that shit. It's amazing.
Aside from the dozens of fresh food and beverage options available to customers in store, Wawa offers 15 limited time items every year. The Gobbler, around Thanksgiving...
Nobody fucking eats the Gobbler, bro. I need to see the numbers on this shit. I don't know anybody that's ordered the Gobbler. Everybody in New Jersey goes to fucking Wawa. I don't know a single person that eats the Gobbler. I do? Okay, Zod does, bruh. Zod eats the Gobbler. You've craved that. You've been like, damn, the Gobbler's back. A sandwich with mashed potatoes, turkey, gravy, and cranberry sauce. Oh, it's dripping too.
Year. The Gobbler, around Thanksgiving,
Yuck.
is its most popular. Coffee is a big deal. There are
What's another fucking specialty sandwich that Wawa has seasonally that's popular? They have Hoagie Fest. And Hoagie Fest is like the fucking... Dude, when I see Hoagie Fest, all of the sandwiches, I'm pretty sure, are the same fucking price. So if you get a 6-inch or a 12-inch, they're the same price. So when I see a motherfucker on Hoagie Fest, or it's like $4 and $5. No, it's like, if you get a 6-inch hoagie, say it's like $4. Regularly, the 12-inch would be like $8 or like 10. But a Hoagie Fest is like $4 and $5. Just get the fucking bigger one. But I see people get the 6-inch hoagie. What are you fucking doing? You're just wasting money.
already 9 variations at its stores.
We used to have...
Some people are health conscious. It's a 12-inch hoagie, brother. Cut that bitch in half. Oh, Chris Geisens, lock in.
Different third parties, Dunkin' or Pizza Hut was part of our offer here. And customers said to us, we trust you, we trust your food, we trust the brand you are. And so now every product we sell here that's food or fresh beverages or Wawa branded.
I think it offers a nice tart flavor.
All right, I'm gonna get some slurpant.
A focus on food is...
All right, we're getting a little snobbish with the science here for the Wawa. I mean, dude, the people that are getting the coffee are pulling up at 4 a.m. They're truckers.
It's paying off. Customers who shop at both Wawa and quick service chains Burger King, Wendy's, or Starbucks have been shopping more frequently with Wawa than with the others since 2023. And breakfast is the clear winner. Morning meal traffic increased by 5% at food-forward convenience stores like Wawa, while QSRs only increased by 1% in August 2025.
The big thing Wawa figured out is if you look at all of the negatives that were historically associated with the gas station industry, the bathrooms, maybe the last resort food, Wawa flipped all of that and decided to turn those into positives.
Wawa's customers...
They don't like crackheads in the bathroom. I mean, like, what the fuck are we... Dude, like, that's what... They're trying to flip those into positives. So, you know, the things that normally are not perceived... That's what they do, bro. The bathrooms are clean because they have locks on them. At ones of high traffic areas, like, dude, they just don't let, like, they're... Why would you? I'm not saying... Bro, I'm not gonna have a take here. I'm saying the bathrooms are cleaner because they have janitors that take care of them, and they don't let, like, homeless people roam the stores.
Customer base is also increasing. While at competitors 7-Eleven, Circle K, and Sheetz, it's shrinking.
People know each other by name. People create this warm environment. That, I think, is somehow the secret sauce.
Chris Geisens, king of parasociality. Chris Geisens, making you fall in love with the guy, with Roger, that makes your hoagie at 3 p.m.
What creates if there is a cult-like following.
Up, next person. Come on.
And it starts with its employees.
Dude, Dan's gonna be whipping up my mac and cheese at 3 a.m.
They own nearly 40% of the company.
When you're an owner, you're just vested a little bit more. There's a higher level of commitment. Our most loyal customers, they're here 3, 4, 5, 10 times a week. You get to know them by name. You get to know their family. You get to know what's happening.
10 times a week? Actually, no, never mind. They go every morning, and then they go 3 times for, like, dinner.
And that connection, it's not really an expected thing in training. It happens because of culture.
I'm gonna have a chat. We're never gonna know. This is gonna be like a Schrodinger's cat. Is there any liquid in that coffee cup? Is there any liquid in that coffee cup? Or is he just holding that? Like, for the video. It's a prop? That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Let's analyze his hand movement. I feel like...
It's not really an expected thing in training. It happens because of culture.
No, it looks like it's got some weight to it.
Tell her I said hi too. I will. Tell her get better soon.
Never had that happen. Never had that happen at a Wawa. Maybe it's because I don't open up to them. They always try to talk to me and I just ignore them. I don't ignore them, but if I go to a Wawa, they'll be like, how's your day? I'll be like, good. One word answer. Good. How about you? Awesome. Thanks, man. Have a good day. You too. Bye. I don't know, man. I don't want to fucking talk, bro, because I'm not trying to have a fuck-ass conversation, man. I'm just trying to leave. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get in, get out, get the food. They're nice. I'm not upset. I'm not rude to them, chat. I'm just like, I'm not going to continue the conversation. What about the community? Damn, maybe Roger's been thinking about my well-being so much. Fuck, dude. Maybe Roger's been thinking about me too much. Thinking about him right now, wearing that black Wawa hat. Probably in an apron right now, cooking up a hoagie. Maybe panini pressing something. You think he's thinking about me? I'm thinking about him.
Wawa began as an iron foundry in New Jersey in 1803, before shifting to a dairy business in Pennsylvania nearly a century later. As home delivery declined, the
Wawa started as a dairy business?
company pivoted again, opening the first Wawa food market in the 1960s.
When you think of convenience stores, of the 154,000 about in the United States, many were born out of major oil companies. Some were born out of the dairy heritage. It just gave us, I think, a little bit of a leg up on food to begin with.
In the following decades, Wawa grew slowly in its home market.
This has soured my opinion of Wawa. This has soured my opinion slightly, very fractionally. It's starting out as Big Milk. I still love Wawa because they don't push the milk on you. That would annoy me. If they pushed the milk on me, I would be annoyed. But they don't do that. You know, I'll get a milkshake at Wawa here and there, but they're not like, they don't got like no big milk sign or being like, buy Wawa milk. They do sell milk at Wawa though.
To Philadelphia,
their unbranded milk,
in South Jersey, and built a significant presence across 3 other East Coast states, plus Washington, D.C.
They got way more stores than this. They're not just in these states.
It doubled down on convenience.
Or is this just like where they spread initially?
Becoming a 24/7 operation in the 70s, at a time when most retailers closed early, and offering surcharge-free ATMs, free air for tires.
Always hit up a Wawa ATM before I go gambling. Always.
And finally, fuel in the 90s. It debuted in Florida in 2012. As of 2024,
no surcharge ATM? No $6 charge?
State holds more Wawas than any other.
Wawa has become synonymous with Florida, heading out to the Midwest. We had a lot of research, we knew the customers, we'd done all the homework, and the lines around those stores and the opening excitement was palpable. And those stores have performed almost as well as core market stores coming out of the gate.
But the convenience store business is getting more competitive as the industry has consolidated.
I mean, it's the same thing as like Bucky. I think Bucky's is bigger. Bucky's is definitely bigger, right? Bro, motherfuckers wear Bucky's shirts. Nobody wears Wawa shirts. Like, I'm not wearing Wawa fits. But, like, dude, I'll see somebody in public wearing, like, a big-ass Bucky's logo. We wear Wawa fits. I never have. I do, Joe. Where are you getting a Wawa shirt?
2022, Wawa has been focused on an aggressive expansion plan.
And is it Wawa because that's the sound a goose makes? I think. Well, wah, wah. I think, right? I think it's Wawa. Why is it called Wawa? Wah, 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 wah. How does a goose sound? Wawa is named after the town of Wawa, Pennsylvania, where its first dairy farm and corporate headquarters were located. The town name comes from the Ojibwe Native American word for the Canadian goose. Okay, so it is after the goose, but it's after the town.
Without mergers or acquisitions, growing from 6 to 12 states. And its annual revenue rose by $4 billion in that time frame. Store count has grown more
than... Are you reading off Google AI? Yes.
...than 50% over the past decade. The goal is 1,700 locations by 2030.
Doing that gives us the best chance of success long term. It's a little more challenging. Sure, M&A might open more doors and more growth for us, but it's never been for us to be the biggest. It's trying to be the best.
As opposed to other competitors like...
Great PR response, Chris.
Casey's, which focuses on rural America.
Great PR response, Mr. Geisens.
Wawa is in urban areas.
I love that.
The company serves nearly 1 billion customers per year.
It's not about being the biggest. It's about being friendly with you guys. It's not about being the biggest. It's about, you know, touching the hearts of the people that we serve. Like Roger. How he makes your pan press panini so well. You should go see Roger right now.
Customer traffic growth of 3%.
Tell him about your day. He definitely cares about your day.
Since 2015. Though Wawa has been methodical about where and when to expand, scaling is still risky. Quality and customer service must be maintained, or the company risks damaging its reputation.
anytime a company starts to expand.
They got those dogs, bro. Wawa ain't got them, dude. They're just sweating. That's how Wawa don't got the rollers. They make the dogs. They got like a mini fridge heater, and they put them in there, and you take it out, and the bun's just fucking ripping hot, just sweating, just in the container, just waiting for somebody to come eat it.
Far outside of its region in this industry, there is going to be that challenge of how do I maintain the customer experience that I'm known for.
Yo, are these guys' headphones like made out of copper wire? What's going on here?
With Wawa's heavy emphasis on fresh food, maintaining a strong supply chain is imperative. Even so, the company must rely on third-party suppliers to deliver product, which poses operational vulnerabilities. Competitor Casey's, on the other hand, has full control over its supply chain as it owns and operates both distribution centers and a transportation fleet. Competition is tight. Convenience stores are challenged by other convenience stores, fast food chains, and now grocery stores that offer pickup and delivery, undermining the convenience factor. As Wawa expands into—
Yo, Aldi is the worst grocery store in the fucking world, and I'm gonna stand on that fucking take. Every Aldi I've ever been to is like 9 items. You pull up, bro, and they are, if you have a grocery list of 30 things, they'll have 20 of them. And like, I want to, one-stop shop, brother. One-stop shop. Maybe it's the Aldis that I pulled up to, but every Aldi I go to, bro, like, you can see over the aisles. It's just fucking dog shit.
It will come up against those regions' own local convenience store favorites, like United Dairy Farmers in Indiana, Twice Daily in Tennessee, and Travel Center Buc-ee's in the South.
They're going to bump up against some people who've really locked.
What do they sell at Buc-ee's? Is Buc-ee's like a Costco? Like, what is a Buc-ee's?
People who've really locked down certain regions.
Everything. So they're like a Walmart.
And cut their teeth and sort of made a name for themselves, innovating on their own terms. And I don't know if anyone knows how this is going to shake out, to be quite honest.
The company has also had a few misses, like its—
They don't do wholesale.
Pizza in 2023, which is still getting negative reviews. Or the—
I'm not a big fan of their pizza, I gotta say. I don't really get a Wawa pizza. I do get a Wawa pizza when I have enough points saved up to get a Wawa pizza for free.
Drive-through concept it piloted in 2020. Those stores didn't offer customization, and you couldn't go inside. Wawa is still figuring out how to adapt the system.
If we don't have misses, we're not trying hard enough, and we do, certainly. So in the last few years, we launched a drive-through only store concept. We've tried 3 of them. They have come and mostly all gone, but from a great failure, you learn. So now with our—
Yeah, I don't know. I think the idea of a drive-through Wawa is kind of dumb. Just because there's too many options that you could order on screen that it's more inefficient than if you just walked into the store.
Our mobile app, we've given customers the ability to order whatever they want.
Oh, somebody redeemed Scream?
High inflation poses a major risk. Between 2019 and 2025, Wawa raised prices by about 22%, aligning with most competitors. And as Americans respond by pulling back spending, value meals have made a comeback, including at convenience stores.
You have to confront a company that has a well-oiled model that's been pressure tested in aggressive, tough markets, and they're going to come in and build state-of-the-art, new-to-industry stores, have all the modern amenities, and then on top of that, they're going to go in and hire really great employees, and they're going to pay them fairly. And yeah, that's a tough model to compete against.
We have to pay attention to McDonald's for sure, and we want to deliver more value.
I have heard that Wawa pays people well, but it's also a pretty grueling job if you're working like the night shift and you're just cranking out or like the morning and you're cranking out sandwiches.
Better quality at a better price, and you can have even better service. That's been the formula for us to take share, to win share, and will continue to be. We have a broader set of menu, and it allows us to innovate in ways with different products that maybe a QSR quite can't.
Yeah, I feel like it just feels like you're going to like a fast casual restaurant more than anything. That's why Wawa does well. It's because it's not like 7-Eleven where everything's like pre-made. Like they make it in front of you, which is nice. It's kind of like you're at like a deli. All right, next video. I gotta piss real quick. When the director uses real bullets.
This is Alexei Kravchenko. He's 14 years old, and he's also not an actor. This is his first time on a film set. And this is not CGI. These are real bullets that are flying above his head. And these are real explosions that they're running from. And this is not a film.
How the f did they get permission to make this movie? They got this kid to agree to this? What are they doing? One take? Hey, make sure you actually don't stand up, by the way. You actually will die. I think I was going to watch... What's the name of this movie? Because I remember seeing this kid. This is a World War II movie. I feel like I was going to watch this. This is definitely on my watch list.
With real deadly parasites. This is a film unlike anything you've ever seen. Spielberg reportedly screened it before the making of Schindler's List, and Tarantino described it as the greatest World War II movie ever made. And what's even more insane is the story of how they made it. Very few people wanted this film to exist. It took nearly a decade and a very, very specific moment in history. This is Come and See.
Wait, it took a decade to make the film?
Chapter 1, The Brutality of War. Belarus, it's 1943. This innocent boy has just found something that will change his life forever. His name is Floria, and he's just dug up a weapon from a dead soldier. Little does he know, he's about to witness some of the most horrific things ever done to humanity.
Oh my god, I thought he was gonna like accidentally shoot his friend. Holy f
things ever done.
Just holding the gun so casually.
To humanity. We follow him as he goes from extremely eager to join the war to being harshly affected by it, and finally having the strong will to end it. The film then builds to a systematic massacre of an entire village. Civilians are herded into a barn based off actual accounts. The doors are barred and the building is set on fire. And quite famously, the film includes these direct shots into the actor's face, where there's no escape from their misery. But Come and See is not like other war films. We don't follow a superheroic soldier or see any of the famous battles. Instead,
you're following a regular ass kid that lived through that time.
The film takes place within villages and families and children. And the film does not revolve around heroics, but the idea of human suffering and what war does to innocent people. It is equally horrifying every single time you see it. Yet at the same time, it's such a cinematic masterpiece. Everything in this movie brings you to full immersion in a way that modern cinema hasn't been able to quite replicate. And the story of how they made the film is just as interesting, if not more interesting, as the film itself. Chapter 2.
It's weird that it's a horror war film. I feel like this movie would make you cry. And I love a movie that can do that. I think those are not the best films, because like in my top 5 movies, none of them would be sad films. But I think a movie that can make you cry is probably the best film. That one of the best films you'll see. If like mid-film you're like actually bawling, like they genuinely moved you. Because for you to cry in a film, you have to actually believe the reality of it. And yes, this is based off actual accounts, so it's not really necessarily a documentary, but it's like taking off real world actions and things that occurred. But like when they rope you into a film to the point where you're so engrossed into them and the character that you cry when bad things happen, my God, that's cinematic master. That's the meme. Cinema.
There are 3 people that contributed most to this film that I think we should go over. First, let's discuss Elem Klimov, the director of the film. He was born in 1933 in Stalingrad, in what was then the Soviet Union. From an early age, he would experience the horrors of war, which he would use later in Come and See. During one of the city's most devastating battles, he, his mother, and his baby brother were forced to flee via raft through a burning river into the mountains. The city was ablaze up to the top of the sky. The river was also burning. It was night. Bombs were exploding, and mothers were covering their children with whatever bedding they had, and then they would lie on top of them. As a young boy, I had been in hell. This experience through hell would live with Klimov forever. Yet despite these beginnings, he eventually found his way into film. He started his career with comedies and satires. Nearly every film that he's made has faced some form of interference, delays, or even bans from the Soviet authorities. Yet despite the censorships, he would go on to make these types of films, until 1979 when something terrible happened. His wife, Larissa Shepitko, also an acclaimed filmmaker, had died in a car accident. And to say that her death had devastated Klimov is a gross understatement. Shortly after her death, he fell into a deep depression, turned to alcohol, and created a 25-minute documentary honoring her legacy. And even more notably,
well, we talked about this previously too. When men lose their wives, they're much worse off statistically than women losing their husbands. Because when you think about it, who, as a man generally, the only people that truly like interact with you on a deep level are your mom and your wife, sometimes a friend. But I'm saying, like, men don't really open up to other men. They don't really have deep conversations with other men. And so it's a lot harder to lose that person when you have so few of those people. Women are not always, and I'm not saying this is applicable to all men and all women, but women generally can fall back on other women a lot easier than men can, because you don't have that stronger relationships with men. Women usually, at least from what I've seen, women tend to have a lot closer bonds than men do. And I'm not saying that men aren't friends or close friends with each other, but a lot of that shit doesn't get real deep, right? Guys get real deep when they get drunk, right? And you're like, you know, man, I really love you, bro. You're like, you know, you like truly care about me, and I really fuck with that. You don't have that sober conversation with another male friend. Usually. You do at times, but most of those things, it's like you're drunk and you're like, I love you. Women will just have those conversations and talk about deep things, right? And guys will do that with their mom. Guys will do that with their wife, right? So it's like, that is horrible. He already lived a terrible life, and now he has to fucking lose his wife on top of that. And what, did that motivate him to make this film?
he never made another comedy again. All of his subsequent...
Wow. That's got to be that really hurt him then. Because I feel like people use comedy a lot of the time to get out of shitty situations and perceive shitty things in a better light. Like, a lot of the time you use jokes and comedy about fucked up things that happen to you because it makes you feel better about them. Yeah, it's a coping mechanism, making things funny. That's why, like, not all comedians, but like the people that you would deem as most funny in your life, a lot of the time went through shit, because like top tier comedians have to willingly joke about the stuff they went through.
Were repeatedly blocking his project, but he refused to compromise, and he knew the film was too important, that if he were to make it, it had to be done right. Finally, in 1985, something incredible happened. This is Hattin. It is a bone-chilling recount of the Hattin massacre, a massacre in which the Nazis locked an entire village into a barn and then set the barn on fire, with half of the inhabitants being children. The occupation of Belarus was one of the most brutal campaigns of World War II. Over 600 villages met the same fate. The book was formed from a collection of testimonies from those who somehow survived. This is the writer, Ales Adamovich. In June 1941, when the war came to Belarus, he was just 13 years old. After the war, Adamovich became a writer. Him and his co-authors would travel across Belarus, collecting real survivor testimonies. He ended up co-writing the novel Hattin, which would become one of the primary sources for Come and See. Several directors were pitched to adapt his stories, but Adamovich refused them all. He insisted that there was only one director who could do the material justice. Together, they would create something that didn't glorify war or turn it into an adventure story, but showed as it truly was. But even with Adamovich and Klimov's clear vision, the film remained censored for years until 1985, when the 40th anniversary of Victory Day finally gave them the opening they needed. They had the green light, but they still needed one more piece: the boy. Alexei Kravchenko was not an actor. In fact, he didn't care about the film world at all. He had only showed up to the audition to support his friend, who wanted the lead role. Kravchenko went along for moral support, nothing more. And it turns out he ended up being chosen. To prepare Kravchenko for the role, Klimov...
But why did they pick this kid that had no interest in acting to play a very gritty, sad role in basically an adaptation of an actual historical event?
Put him on a strict hunger diet. For days at a time, the 14-year-old would only drink water and run long...
They made him starve himself, oh my god, to make it look like he was like in a famine, like just fully like thinning himself.
Distances to lose weight. Klimov was also deeply concerned about the potential psychological toll the film would take.
Oh my god. Well, because they were making him like method act almost too. Like not even just lose the weight to fit the, I guess, physical sense of the role, but also like make him feel and look exhausted constantly.
The lead. To protect Kravchenko, Klimov brought in a psychotherapist trained in hypnosis. The plan was to hypnotize Kravchenko during the most violent scenes so they wouldn't traumatize them. But after testing, they discovered that Kravchenko was not susceptible to hypnosis. Kravchenko would later describe the shoot as the happy recollections of my childhood. After the film wrapped, Kravchenko did not act again for another 13 years. Chapter 3. Making Hell on Earth. From the very start, Klimov had one guiding principle: tell the truth. Klimov's goal was to capture as much realism as possible. Each member of the cast and crew felt a huge responsibility to those who had died. As Klimov said, "I have the will to tell the story for truth, even if it takes 9 months to make the movie, and even if..."
Well, that's what sucks about a lot of American like war films is we like broadcast ourselves as the heroes and the victims a lot of the time when we're the ones that are like actively just fucking killing innocent people. Like, not in every instance. I'm not saying like World War II films, but like every Vietnam film is like, not everyone, but a lot of Vietnam War films, it's like, oh, dude, they make you feel for the Americans. When it's like, yeah, we are Americans, obviously you're going to have some sort of feeling for them, but it's like they're not, they kind of like overshadow the fact that like we were just like effectively murdering innocent Vietnamese people in like regular ass situation. Not even like, not even just like, hey, we're sending you to war because you have to fight these people. They would just like kill innocent fucking families in Vietnam.
If no one watches it. The production designer Viktor Petrov initially tried using pyrotechnics for the explosions. But when Klimov saw the results, he wasn't satisfied. The explosions didn't sound real, they didn't feel real. So Klimov made the ultimate decision that would shock everyone: to use real explosives and live ammunition. This created an atmosphere of real terror among the actors. In one scene, Kravchenko...
Real terror among the actors, bro, but they could have died.
...and a cow were placed in the middle of a field while live rounds were fired around them. Kravchenko was so terrified that he found himself clinging to Klimov after, asking, "Is there anything else?" Klimov told him to go back into the scene. The entirety of the film was shot on location in Belarus. Everything was real. Even the extras, the villagers, were real survivors or descendants of survivors from the Belarusian fire villages.
That's awesome.
To prepare the villagers, Ales Adamovich gathered them in a circle and read chapters from his book. He recounted the testimonies of those who had survived the horrors of war. Many of the villagers had heard stories from their parents or grandparents. Some had survived the war as children. The entire crew was under constant stress. But as the production designer later said, all the hardships helped us. Everyone was under constant strain, and it had a powerful effect on the crew. God himself was helpful to us for the fog not lifting.
Dude, it fucking blows, man. Ugh. Oh, this is making me sad. This is making me sad. Stop.
For the special effects to work, for the crowd scenes with the locals and army personnel to work in harmony. Chapter 4. True.
It's horrible that humans are like the biggest threat to ourselves. Like, obviously, we're all going to die one day, but like all of the horrible things that happen to humans, yes, there's natural disasters. Yes, there's disease. But like most things that you cite historically, it's like, yeah, other humans effectively murdering, torturing, and committing genocide against other people.
And yet, despite all this gore and
I wonder how like they showcase like utter shock so well.
This is Roger Deakins, widely considered to be the greatest cinematographer.
I never understand how movie actors do that. Like fully get into the brain and mindset of somebody living in that instance.
Of all time. And he's labeled Come and See as mandatory viewing.
Conrad Orr used to say he was really trying to create beauty with ugliness. You know, he wanted to make ugly films that were beautiful, which seems a total contradiction. But you know, how do you film something that is so brutal but engage the audience with it? That's the key to the film, in a way, that the horror is something you imagine right until the end, when obviously you see the real footage, and then Klimov is basically saying, I could have shown you something much worse.
After screening in East Germany, a former soldier who had been stationed in Belarus approached Klimov and said, "Everything you showed is true, but I tried to forget about it and never told anyone. Now, when my children see this film, I don't know what to tell them." And for some reason, even decades later, the film seems more relevant than ever before. As the writer Joseph Brodsky once said, in a real tragedy, it is not the hero who perishes, it is the chorus.
Like that, dude, that is, like, this kid's 14, and they made him look so disheveled. Like, he looks like an old man. They do that so well.
Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon.
I understand why they chose him, because I feel like he fits the role very well, but it's weird how, like, he's not even an actor, and they were like, nah, we need this kid to be the main actor for this. Director decided that trauma needed to go to another generation when casting the lead. No one wasn't harmed in the making of this movie. Half expected you to say, in this man isn't acting, he was really shot and killed. Why isn't there a hero? I don't glorify war. Damn. There are a few war movies that do that well, though, outside of that. But there are a lot where it's like Inglourious Bastards is one of my favorite movies. But it's not like, I don't want to say it's not accurate. It's a fucking Quentin Tarantino film, you know? Like, it's not a true, like, war movie. You know what I mean? Like, there's war movies that are, like, for entertainment, but also have, like, showing a purpose. But then there's war movies that are like that. And they're actually trying to show you, like, the gritty horrors of I guess, war in general. Hacksaw Ridge. I feel like I saw Hacksaw Ridge in, like, middle school. Yeah. He is a hero, though, in Hacksaw Ridge. Is he not? Did technology wipe out serial killers? We were talking about that the other day. About how, not even with serial killers. Bro, murdering somebody today, not impossible, but really hard. Like, if you were alive in the 1800s, you could have just walked up to somebody, shot him in the face, and left. Not even hidden the body. You could have your fingerprints all... How do you know? Because there's cameras everywhere. And forensics. If you were alive in the... Bro, people always glaze, like, some serial killers that were alive in, like, the 1700s. I'm like, yeah. I don't even like that, using the word term glazed, because they were serial killers. But people will be like, they were so sneaky. So sneaky? If you were a serial killer in the 1700s, 1800s, you could walk up to somebody, stab them, walk away, have blood, piss, urine come anywhere over. They'd have no idea. If nobody saw the guy that killed him, they just go, I don't know, dude. It was dark outside. And then you move on.
Why did the so-called golden age of serial killers come to...
All right, I don't want to call it golden age of serial killers. Like we were in the Renaissance.
...such an abrupt end? Maybe because the world changed. Because the net closed in. Because cameras went up, databases went live, phones started ringing 3 digits instead of 10, 911. And the internet connected everything. See, the monsters didn't stop. The world stopped letting them move. Did technology kill?
There's still serial killers that exist. I'm pretty sure the U.S. has like an estimated... Yeah, the U.S. estimated at... The FBI has previously estimated as many as 500 serial killers are active in the United States. More accurate sources suggest a limited number of 20 to 25 or 20 to 50 active serial killers at any given moment. There's serial killers active. But it's like not as many as there were back then.
The serial killer? Welcome to Breakfast Cereal. My name's Josh. If you've been following along, you know I've been building a series asking, where did all the serial killers go? What killed the so-called golden age of serial killers? You know, that strange, terrifying stretch in the 70s and 80s when it felt like Kemper, Berkowitz, and Ramirez were everywhere all at once.
I feel like that was because in the 70s and 80s, serial killers had the maximal amount of technology and things at their hands that they could use to kill and use other people. But that technology wasn't advanced enough yet to go against them, right? Like they had fast cars, they had phones, they had stuff, but tracking and knowing and being able to use that against people that were committing crimes with them was not possible or hard.
So far, I've tackled lead poisoning, DNA, long-haul trucking, even the controversial idea that serial killers just evolved into mass shooters. If you're new here, hit subscribe, check out the backlog, and...
Really? I feel like there is a difference between mass shooters and serial killers. Not in like in a moral sense, it's both terrible, but I'm saying like the motivation between somebody being a mass shooter and a serial killer, I feel like one is wanting to just watch the world burn and like borderline like anarchy sociopath shit. The other serial killing is more like they like the chase. They like the idea of getting away with it. Mass killers aren't trying to get away with it. Like they're just going in, killing people, and then either shooting themselves or getting taken down.
Because honestly, that's where half of the real conversation happens. There are thousands of theories down there in some cases, and I love reading through.
How many murders have you passed in your life? I think that's a statistic. It varies by person, but how many murderers does the average person walk past in their life? The average person unknowingly crosses paths with 16 to 36 murderers. But like that depends on your like where you are, who you are. Like if you live in New York City, it's probably higher.
Through them. But today,
like if you live in fucking rural Wyoming, you might never encounter a murderer.
I want to zoom out a little wider. I want to talk about technology in the big sense. The stuff that turned the late 20th century into the early 21st. Not just DNA, but everything else. Let's start with this chart, because you know I love a good chart. And if you've been around here for a little while, this...
Serial killings have flatlined?
Because you know I love a good chart.
There's no way it's at 0. 0. But in 1980, it was 100 people.
And if you've been around here for a little while, this chart is starting to look very, very familiar. Serial killing.
Do you think the average person in the U.S. in the 80s was like, a woman was like genuinely fearful of... I know women today don't like feel safe, obviously, at night in like a dark alley or like situations where they could be vulnerable. But I'm saying, do you think it was like a daily thought for an average woman in the 80s in like a big city to be like, like this guy might actually be a serial killer?
In early 80s, spiking way above anything seen before. Then, suddenly, by like mid 90s, downhill, a sharp decline. By the 2000s, the line is flat. I mean, barely a shadow of its former self. Now, overlay another line, technological adoption. Home computers, cell phones, surveillance cameras, national crime databases, the spread of 911 systems, the internet.
Yeah, it's not even just like cameras and surveillance. It's like tracking, bro. The evidence of like, even if you're good at hiding prints and you are able to hide yourself and hide the body, the police are going to know where and when you took this person because everybody has a phone on them and all phones have trackers. And they're able to tap into that and see where and when you were and where you disappeared, when you disappeared, where the phone went. Like, you can't hide your trail.
And those two ATMs with of 911 systems, the internet. The rise of caller ID, ATMs with cameras, even store security systems. And those two lines, look, they almost cross like an X. As the killers drop, tech rises. Coincidence? As we see again, maybe. But again, hard to ignore the timing. When I first started looking at this, it reminded me of my own hometown, actually, when we first started installing its first set of traffic cameras. People complained like crazy. It's like, oh, Big Brother's watching. They said it was pointless. But guess what happened? Car accidents at that intersection where they put in the first ones dropped by like almost half. I mean, not because people suddenly cared about safety, but because they knew they were being watched. Now, imagine being a predator.
I feel like traffic cameras, though, like, I don't think people were upset more with traffic cameras for the effect of like, oh, Big Brother. I think it's more like, damn, I ran a stoplight and it just took a picture of my plate. Is that more agreeable? I feel like that's more what people are annoyed with. Nobody cares about a traffic camera, like, recording info. It's when they use that to give you a ticket because you ran a yellow and it hit red, and now you're getting charged, you know, fucking hundreds of dollars. You got points on your license. You're going to be like, oh, this sucks. You know, that's what people are upset about.
They were being watched. Now, imagine being a predator in 1977. No cameras, no databases, no caller ID. It was like the wild...
No fucking street lights! That's another thing. That's another thing. You could stab somebody right out in the open. There were no lights anywhere. Yes, there were street lights. They existed, but they were more far and few between. In the 70s, used a lot of other random shit. And when you had that, there was no need to be like, oh, what if somebody sees me? Because it's fucking pitch black everywhere.
NCIC, National Crime Information Center, went live in 1967, but it really came into its own in the 80s and 90s.
The National Crime Information Center is a computerized system serving all law enforcement agencies, local, state, and federal.
You could think of it as like a giant digital filing cabinet for law enforcement across the U.S. It stores everything. Criminal records.
Oh my God.
Stolen...
What, so if you're a serial killer that's moving across multiple states, it's easier for county and city police to also get roped in on it and find out things about you rather than it just being some high-grade CIA type shit, FBI. They're looking into a guy that's like cross-country killing people as a trucker. Now they could just see that.
Warrants, fingerprints. Suddenly, you got a cop in Nebraska could type in a license plate and know instantly if it was connected to a crime in Arizona. I mean, that was revolutionary. Then came VICAP, the Violent Criminal Apprehension Program, launched by the FBI in 1985. VICAP was designed specifically with serial offenders in mind. It's a database that tracks the details of violent crimes, methods, victim types, crime scene signatures, and it looks for patterns across jurisdictions. So if a strangulation in Kansas looked eerily similar to one in Oklahoma, VICAP could flag it. Before that, those cases would have lived and died in separate filing cabinets. I mean, that...
I still think there's serial killers that exist today. It's just like, I don't want to say it's like more low profile, but like, bro, like Ted Bundy and John Wayne Gacy, bro, they'd be killing people like every other month. Like, it would be nonstop. I feel like serial killers now, they'll kill a guy, wait 5 years, kill a guy, and then that's not showing up, right? Like, they're still a serial killer. They still have a profile of an individual that they're tracking down. They've been doing this their whole life. They wait for it. But they're like separating it to a point where it's not showing up of like, oh, this seems like a pattern because it's so spaced out.
That seems absolutely huge, don't you think? I mean, even if it wasn't perfect, and VICAP especially struggled in the early years because not every department was using it properly or reporting it. It was the beginning of a net, though. A net that got tighter every single year. Let's talk about cameras. In the 70s, you could walk down a street, grab someone, shove them into a car, and unless somebody physically saw you with their own 2 eyes...
Yo, and even if they did, you wear a mask. All right, so what do you have info on the suspect? I don't know, man. He was wearing a mask and gloves. I don't even know what skin color he was. He was like this tall. He was driving a car. About useless ass information. Nobody helping you.
You were invisible. Surveillance cameras were incredibly rare. Grainy if they were there, and just local. By the late 90s, though, suddenly cameras are everywhere. So look at Israel Keys. He thought he was smarter than the system. He planned meticulously, stashed kill kits across states, went to extraordinary lengths to beat the system and go undetected. But when he abducted Samantha Koenig in 2012, cameras began closing the circle almost immediately. An ATM camera caught him withdrawing money from her account. Gas station cameras picked up the car he was driving. Each frame, each timestamp, stitched together his trail.
Bro, that's why I really think, like, I don't want to say most, but I would feel like most or a lot of modern serial killers have to be either lawyers or, like, in law enforcement or tech. Because they have to know everything. Like, I really think it would be like Dexter. Like, that's the only way that... because how do you just know this information? Because you would be, like, Googling stuff that would put you on a fucking watch list. Like, if you were actually trying to plan out, like, how to kill someone, you would just have to know it. Like, there would have to be a reason.
In another era, he probably would have slipped through. So here's where I think about my own childhood again. I grew up in the 90s, so when the first camcorders were becoming a little more common, my friend's mom had one of these giant ones, you know, it's like this big. It basically had a VCR attached to it. She'd bring it to our baseball games, and it looked like a news crew was showing up. But by the time I was in high school, cameras, they were getting smaller. We had digital cameras, right? Like those Canon Power Shots and stuff. And then
now, bro, now it's like, yo, now they got the meta glasses, bro. You ain't even know if somebody's recording. You're a serial killer trying to like lure a guy and kill him, and he's like, "Hey, buddy, got the metas. Got the meta." Actually, I'm live on Twitch. I'm live on Twitch right now.
2 years later, of course, phones. I can't even imagine being able to do something violent in public and not ending up on like a dozen lenses at this point. See, serial killers are predators of opportunity. Take away anonymity, and you're taking away half their hunting ground. It's easy to forget how revolutionary the 911 system was. I assumed it had been around like practically forever.
Yeah, I'm going to ask a mad stupid question right now. When did that exist? Did they just not have that before? Obviously, like way back, no, but even in like the 60s, you couldn't just call for help on like a landline?
Pretty shocked when researching for this very episode to learn that nationwide adoption of 911, that didn't even start until the 80s. And it was...
What? So what would you do in like the 50s? Just fucking deal with it? Nothing? Somebody just has a heart attack? You're like, oh, I guess I got to drive you to the hospital or you're dead.
It wasn't even until the mid-90s that it was like standard. Before that, you had to find a landline, know the number for the local police, and like pray to God and hope that they picked up. That's fucking wild. Oh, he's having a heart attack. Quick, somebody call 5...
Quick, somebody call a 12-digit phone number and then wait on the line for the person to connect you. By the time they even answer, he'll be dead.
557372768. Like, Jesus. Now add caller ID. Before the 90s, a guy like BTK could torment the police and victims' families even. Endless anonymous phone calls. Technology finally broke that tool too. I mean, imagine a serial killer somehow missed that memo. Like, imagine BTK. Hello, this is BTK calling. Says here this is Dennis Rader. Oh shit. Hey, while I got you, you know if it's possible by chance to trace a floppy disk? I mean, that's kind of funny, but it's literally how it went down, idiot. He asked the police through a newspaper personal ad, which is how they were kind of communicating.
He asked the police if they could track floppy disks.
If it was possible to trace a floppy disk. Obviously, the police responded with, no, of course not. No.
What is, okay, I know a floppy disk is like an early version of a CD, but what do they mean track a floppy disk? Like track the info on it or like trace it back to him if they got the floppy disk?
So dumb old Dennis sends a floppy disk to the police. Metadata.
Why would he just send them a fucking floppy disk?
Immediately traced it back to a computer at Dennis's church. And speaking of computers, the internet changed everything. Not just for killers, but for victims too. In the 70s, if someone went missing, word traveled very slowly. Posters on telephone poles. You've seen it on movies and TV, but for real, posters on telephone poles. I mean, local news. Maybe
milk carton shit, dude. Some kid goes missing, somebody goes missing. Dude, I'll even see that, like, you'll see that in cities today. Like, somebody's dog went missing, they'll be like, reward. And I'm always like, I'll keep an eye out, but I'm not going to remember the fucking phone number. So then if you find the dog, you have to find the pole that had the picture on it so you could call the number and be like, I have your dog. I feel bad, but I'm like, it's so inefficient of like, hey, this German Shepherd is missing. If you find it, call us. Like, I'm not going to save the number.
a missing persons alert can go viral in hours.
Yeah, but then you have their collar, and you don't even, it might have it on their collar. That's true. But then at that point, then what's the missing posters for? Just so people keep their eyes out?
Shared across the globe, entire communities mobilized on.
Oh, I feel like Amber Alert, dude. We didn't even talk about that. Amber Alert definitely fucked over serial killers too, man. Amber Alert, I always see those, and I'm like, damn, what if you see that person, bro? Amber Alert, 6'3" man in all red. You look out your apartment window, he's just right there. I would think that I'm not actually experiencing this, and I would be like, okay, I don't want to false report this, but that is eerily similar to what I just saw.
Online. I mean, look at Luca Magnotta. See, he wanted to be infamous, and he used the internet as his stage. Before he ever killed a person, he posted disturbing videos online of animal cruelty. Entire internet communities spotted the clips, debated whether they were real, and started trying to track him down. So when he murders John Lynn in 2012, he filmed it, uploaded the footage, and then fled the country. And here's where the internet really showed its power. Interpol alerts went out, news stories raced ahead of him, and thousands of strangers on the internet picked up the trail. So if you've ever seen the Netflix documentary, this one, Don't Fuck with Cats, you know the story. A handful of amateur sleuths on Facebook went full.
Just found him in a different country? How the fuck did they do that? They like tracked his airplane?
They froze frames, analyze the backgrounds, track.
Oh my God, like some GeoGuessr shit. Oh my God. Like he takes a video of himself somewhere on like a street and they're like, I know where this is.
Down items in the room, even trying to triangulate his location based on things like the style of electrical outlets. See, for better or worse, the internet made it possible for the average person to play detective. And it's not always a good thing. Vigilante internet investigators can easily misidentify people, ruin innocent lives even. But
yeah.
In Magnotta's case, it created a pressure cooker. He couldn't move without someone online trying to pin him down. He was finally caught by technology and his own vanity. He went into an internet cafe in Berlin, logged online to read stories. What do you think he was reading about? Himself. The clerk recognized him, called the police, and the net snapped shut.
Wow.
Now, here's the pushback.
In fucking Berlin, he kills somebody in the U.S., flees to Europe, and somebody's like, I know this guy. I've never even heard of that dude before. Have you guys heard of him? He was just like fucking killing cats on like Live Leak or something, and then he murdered somebody and filmed it.
He killed the serial killer. Why do we still see cases pop up? Why do we still uncover guys like Samuel Little, who confessed to killing 90 women over decades? Seems to me that maybe some killers adapted. They targeted the most vulnerable, the homeless, sex workers, addicts. People society still tends to overlook. Even with tech, if nobody cares enough to look for the victim, the predator.
That is very true. That's what people always say about like how if somebody gets murdered and they're from like a wealthier family, the police or that city will try harder, which is like fucked. But it's like, dude, if you kill like a homeless crackhead, I'm not going to say nobody, but like the odds of somebody looking for you are a lot less than if you kill somebody of like prominent positioning in a school or a city or a town, you know.
Can slip through. So maybe it's not that technology ended serial killers entirely. Maybe it's just made the game harder. The careers that used to last decades now burn out in 1 or 2 murders. And that brings me to the bigger question. Did technology really kill the serial killer, or did it just change the shape of the shadows? Because every time we build a new wall, predators find a crack. DNA, database.
What, so he's saying maybe there are serial killers out right now, but nobody's connecting the dots yet because they're doing it in a different way?
Bases, cameras. They close doors, but human darkness doesn't just vanish. It adapts. And maybe the scariest thought is this. For all the progress we've made, are we just fooling ourselves? Is safety real? Or is it just another illusion until the next predator figures out how to beat the system? What do you think? Did technology end the golden age of serial killers? Or
I don't think it okay, golden age maybe. I don't think it gets rid of serial killers. I don't think you would ever be able to get rid of serial killers. But I think it's a lot harder to be a serial killer now than it used to be. But yes, I also like I've completely forgot about like the homeless thing. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a serial killer that goes to like Skid Row and just murders people and then leaves. Right? Because that's already such a huge homeless population. Nobody's looking into that. People die all the time there, and there's barely any investigations. So it's like, in instances like that, I could really see like people like jumping around from like Kensington to Skid Row to like fucking areas where there's just a lot of homeless people or people that are kind of off the books in terms of like, you know, income, society, jobs, connections. So when they died, nobody even finds out until months later. And then it's like, well, you know, they probably got murdered by another homeless guy, and they don't really look into it. And so it's like, there's probably serial killers that do that. But it's like, even then, now their options are more limited. It's not as easy for them to be like luring people at a bar and then like bringing them back and trying to turn them into zombies like Jeffrey Dahmer would. It's not that serial killers are dropped. It's police departments, state AGs are afraid to label anything until after the fact comes out. Yeah. Oh, because they don't want to like worry the public or something and be like, we think this is a serial killer. It's like the Fermi paradox all explains the combined, cutting down the numbers until they're tiny. I don't know. There could be a serial killer in chat. Yeah. More likely, like, just a murderer, not a serial killer. Like, serial killers are far and few between. But murderers are more common. Still uncommon to the regular population, but...